What's up, everybody? How are we doing? The guys have Tubbies there, but I'm going to get a 12-inch steak and cheese from there and a vanilla Coke from 7-Eleven. You know what? Tubbies does sound familiar, actually, because remember, I grew up in Michigan, so I think I remember Tubbies. I just don't think I've heard the name in a month of Sundays. So enjoy your Tubbies, honestly. Appreciate y'all popping in. Matty G, what's up, man? How are you, brother? Hope you're doing well. Jesse! Maddie made us tacos. Excellent. Hi, my baby. What's up, mama? How you doing? Everyone say hi to Mama Ghost. I hope you're doing well, mama. Oh, yeah, thanks. I shall. What kind of tacos, Jesse? Any tacos in particular, or just regular run-of-the-art tacos? Just because it was sitting right here. Take a look at this awesome Geodude from Hitoshi Igira, or Ariga. Hitoshi Ariga. Maddie G, it is amazing. I'm great now that I get to see you. Aw, mama. I miss you, mama. And while we wait, of course, I realized that I have some really fajita style. Man, I probably should not have asked you, because now all that's going to do is get me to be a little rumbly in the tumbly. Miss you more? Well, hopefully soon. Soon we'll be able to visit for a little bit, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I think I want to write something while I'm there. I don't know yet. Fajita style. What did I have tonight? I had buffalo style chicken, macaroni, and cheese. That's what I had. And normally I do have those little frozen meals called Devour, and they're pretty good buffalo chicken, mac and cheese. This was a little bit more cheesier than I'm used to, but it was still pretty good and definitely filling. Had enough protein, that's for true. Excellent. Hey, Leanne, good morning. How are you doing tonight? Hope you slept all right. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm pushing it this week, going back to back. Last night, of course, I was just really bored. Of course, something did arrive today, which is going to make Saturday a whole lot more fun to do. And that thing that showed up today, that's going to make Saturday all that much more fun to do, is this. We have our Korean Heat Wave. An entire booster box of it. There's 30 packs of 5, very similar to Japanese. And we're going to get to go through some very familiar art that we have seen from Heatwave Arena in English. And Japanese, of course. But hopefully we're going to get to see some other artwork that we are unfamiliar with. And I think it's absolutely brilliant that some of the foreign language booster boxes that I see, Japanese and now Korean, they actually feature some of the baby card arts on the outside. Like, you'll find these on the Pokemon cards, and I think that's kind of neat as like a nice little window into the set itself. So, yep, looking forward to it. TraxX, how you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Getting everything that you set out to get. We used to have a Tubbies when you lived here. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. On the train to Tokyo right now. Excellent. Anything in particular that you're doing in Tokyo? I started to get fidgety, so I started to fidget on energies, and I thought they started looking cool, so I might start doing that. I really like this one. Yeah, Tubbies, I'm trying to remember it in my mind. Hit any in-store or Costco bundle online? Nope. Not even a little bit. In fact, every time I'm like, I think I'll print, it's gone. Can't really think when it comes to that stuff. And I try and grab the restocks on the PC. And typically I just sit in queue until it kicks me out. I got lucky one time getting a Xerneas tin. One Xerneas tin. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Should have got more. But that was some time ago. No time for card shops or anything, really? Go. That's... Oh. Oh. That's a bummer. I'm sorry, Alien. Just a business trip. Business trip. Business trips are always fun. At least I think. Did get to go on a business trip one time, but it was for an award that I had won. And today we have a lot of cool stuff to get into. I did receive some mail as well from Bro Rip Shop, so we're going to rip into that. And there's actually a lot in there of a set that everybody is pretty familiar with, although it is one set that I have seen a lot of and been getting a little bit more recently. But at the same time, I haven't had to open a lot of it personally, but we're going to look at 151 and Japanese 151, and a lot of it is what we're gonna get into. So really looking forward to that. Of course, as we wait for everybody to file on in here and just talk about life and how things are going and how's your day, I'm gonna solve this, as is tradition, because in my life there's been many mentors that I have had, and the one thing that I do want to kind of just remind you all that practice makes perfect. You're never going to be good at something the very first time that you pick something up. You're just not. It's not going to happen. You have to work at it, of course, and don't let me patronize you. But if it's something that you really want, don't be afraid to practice every single day. Because if you practice every single day, the memory is going to stick a little bit better. And when it sticks, then it suddenly becomes a habit and a hobby. Crashing every time I hit checkout till it just comes up and everything's saying sold out. I'll be going to Idaho this weekend for my brother-in-law baby baptism. Excellent. Apparently, he said a lot of Pokemon stays on the shelves. I'll be the judge of that. Absolutely, and best of luck, for real. Let us know. You're going to have to come back and let us know. And congratulations, of course. The baptism is definitely a very special occasion. What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are having a good day. It's very true. I've been cosplaying for 15 years and I'm still learning new skills and techniques. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? When you do come up with a problem or an error for the first time in 15 years of cosplaying, the only thing I can imagine you do is you work around it. And workarounds, I want to be clear, y'all, workarounds are not shortcuts. They are how do we get to some place, even though that place is being blocked currently. And those that really know me know that I really can't stand counterproductivity. Really can't. And so I will always find another way. And you know what? Sometimes that way won't work. Sometimes you need to find a third way. Because if you can find a third way, then it could still pan out. Let's see. That's right. That's not. One more. Alright. Let's get it. So never give up, and never think that just because you tried one way and another way, that there isn't a third way. Because when I woke up one day 2 weeks ago, and I told myself, I want to solve a Rubik's Cube. So what I did was I practiced a little bit better each day. And I started memorizing algorithms, and now I don't know how to do it, or don't know how to not do it. So, appreciate y'all letting me do that, and talk you through, and just my perfect example, and that ever popular reminder of just don't give up. Just don't give up. And I say it at the end of every live, I say it at the beginning of every video. Never let anything stop you from getting what you want to achieve. But it takes $0 to be a great person. Whew, that tea is still pretty hot. So, everybody want to see some cool artwork? I'm just curious. Artwork, anybody? Because I do have a very interesting story to tell. One of gratitude, one of heart attack, and one of an amazing wheel, is what I will say. So, the very first thing that I do want to say is a huge shout out to the one and only Bro Rips. I think exclamation point bro is in there, but if you're not, I'm pretty sure everybody should be. But if you're not, go ahead and sub up to Bro Rips. ME Racing, what's up? What's up, man? How you doing? Sorry, I didn't see you slip in. Give it to us. I was going to stay overnight and sleep for a bit tomorrow, but friend I was going to stay with got sick. No. Hope everyone's having a great week. Give it to us. We're here for art and stories. Excellent. That is exactly what I want to do, and there is a very interesting member of the community, and particularly over in the Shredder Gang, even a little bit of the Fire Squad, and their name is Stormy. And Stormy is an artist, and Stormy designed a bunch of these custom cards for Bro Rips in the Shredder Gang, and this showed up in my recent order. And for those familiar with Bro Rips and the Shredder Gang, there's a very specific reason as to why we dub ourselves that, and that is because, have you ever just kept pulling that same card that you haven't been able to stop pulling, and every time you want to see something else, and oh, it's Clay Doll, oh, it's Gita, it's Love Disc, and Love Disc became the meme of the channel. He kept coming up in Crown Zenith, and we kept shredding them as sacrifice. And though I believe that we should always take care of our cards, I do believe that in a world of mythical beings, maybe sacrifice has some merit to it. But it's an absolutely fun place to be, an amazing community to be a part of. Bro Rips and his Lugia, as well as his Electric Energy, Shredder, and the Love Discs, all of this just coming together to be just an amazing piece of artwork on a custom Pokemon card. And so Stormy, awesome artwork, absolutely appreciate it, W indeed. And not only that, but it made me smile. So for that, it's going to be my centerpiece here for tonight. And we're going to get into some cards. Poor Love Disc, right? And that's what I say too. And honestly, I'm still not a huge fan, and I know Matt Gooch, if he's around, he'll tell you he's probably not a big fan of it either. And what I will say is that every time there is a card shredded on Bro Rip stream, I just imagine that card coming right here to PokéGhost Town, where all good souls come. And so I'm taking care of all those Love Discs. I have way too many aquariums right now in PokéGhost Town, so quit sending Love Discs, but no. Absolutely fun, and I appreciate you, bro. There's no such thing as those here, Maddie. So get ready to be cheered up. And get ready with your theories, too, because I want to know what you think. So, first things first here. What we do have is a little bit of Glory of the Rocket Gang. These ones are orders that I did do when Glory of the Rocket Gang came out. So we got 4 packs here, and of course appreciate the bulk as always. And you know what, let's really look at this artwork now that I have it in my hands, because I've seen a bit of it, we've gone through a bit of it, but never in this quantity. So oh my goodness, look at this Marie. Pretty sure this girl is Ariana, correct me if I'm wrong. Looks like her, if not. All of these little portraits down here are not done by the artist of the card. They are done by a conglomerate team of creators. But the card itself is stunning because it uses a very, very interesting contrast of red and blue, which is very significant. And yet, I want everybody to pay attention to how dark these cards are. For it being a rocket set, I think they did an amazing job with making it so dark. Ah, look at little Flappy, or this is Mareep by T0. Just gorgeous, and just notice the red outline on its hindquarters and right up by its neck. Just giving it that contrast to look good from afar. And we didn't lose his head at all, so that's kind of nice. W artwork. Here we go. Got the Nidoran male. Man, they really need to organize those wires under the desk. That is giving me anxiety just looking at it. See? It's causing everything to smoke. It's clearly smoking. Someone's stinky on the train. No! That's not good. I'm sorry, Alien. Bucci. Or Buchai. Giovanni's Nidoran. Cutie. What's up, Matt Gooch? We were just talking about you. All good things, all good things. Electrical hazard indeed. Like, that's the ability of this card right here. In fact, he kind of looks like, who did this wiring? This wiring looks crazy. Do you want to burn down the place, Giovanni? Like, that's all I see. That's not smoke. It's a stench lingering in the air, making everyone pass out. Well, I guess that would depend on the attack on the card, because if one of these is smog or poison gas, I could see that. I guess it could be poison from the Nidoran. What's up, Ant? How you doing, fam? What it do? What's up, boy? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. And having a beautiful, I know today's not Friday, Thursday. Hope you're having a beautiful Thursday, everybody. Terrible cable management, right? Great community. Can't unsee it now. Great commentary. Get used to it. I've got a lot of that. Okay, Porygon 2. And I think the Porygon line is absolutely something to be kind of reveled at. Because even when it was designed, it was kind of before like computer graphics and CGI and things like that. To come up with a thing that lived inside a computer world is pretty neat. Porygon has always looked incredibly under-rendered. Incredibly under-rendered. Just a drive-by life. Have a good show. Oh, thanks, Void. I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you driving by, dropping in, lurking, whatever it is. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night, brother. And then Porygon 2 came out, and I think this is what Porygon was supposed to look like when it was fully rendered and not all pixelated Minecraft looking. And then the story goes that they wanted to evolve him even further, and you can do that by giving him a disc or a cable. But then he turns into Porygon Z, and Porygon Z is not perfect. In fact, it's jittering all over the place. It can't sit still. It looks a little mad. And nobody knows why its code just suddenly became imperfect when this version was so perfect. So, definitely a very interesting theory on these Pokemons. Takeshi Nakamura, certainly appreciate that art. Been a good day. Pulled Destin Rivals Mewtwo on my rip and ship order earlier. And Algae, congratulations. Congratulations. That is all I gotta say about that. Katrina Pointner, hi everyone from New Zealand. And how are you doing today, Katrina? How is the weather in New Zealand? How is everybody? Watching you. Alright. Got the rocket lookout. Watchtowers. Ah ha ha. Oh my god, I love it. Let's leave it before we leave it. What's up, Fluffernies?
I want to say hello.
Only if it's for a second. You can say hello real quick. Hang on.
Hello. I just wanted some pets and say hi. chocolate on it.
One. That's my pup. Princess Baloo, Fluffernoose, Wigglebottom, Overfoot, the bearer of dog grins, first of her name. That's my pup. Doggy. Alright, let's look. Annihilate. Man, that just looks all kinds of wicked. Everyone is great, and the sun is out for a change as we are in winter time here. Excellent. I hope it's a little bit warmer. I wish it was still winter time here. In fact, it is well summertime here in Arizona, and it's pushing well over 100 degrees every day. So this was done by Shibarangaru, and just stunning. Kind of a ghost Pokemon. Love my ghosts. No. I agree with Kev. Oh, that's right, Maddie. You're in Arizona. Yep, it is way too hot here. In fact, I almost went to the store and I made a better decision, because I often make poor decisions and walk places in the sun, and it ends up, as I mentioned the first time, I cooked myself once or twice. And so I decided not to do that, as much as prepared as I was, and I'm like, you know what, after I'm done streaming, the sun won't be up, so I'm just gonna go and when I'm done. Nope, I didn't hear the thunderstorm at all. I wasn't around it. This was Toy 8. I think this guy's name is different. I think the 8 is a placeholder. But this is a great Zubat. It's perfectly symmetrical, and you can almost see the veins in his wings. And I'm very curious if that's the moonlight behind him, because you don't often see Zubat in the daytime. It was at night, yeah. Yeah, I probably didn't hear it. One Thug stacking. PokéRage official raid. No. Get out. What's up, PokéRage official? PRO, everybody. Go sub up to PRO, PokéRage official. How you doing tonight, One Thug? What's up, Ryan Tran? My day is going well. I had a little bit of a scare earlier, and if you would like to know that, I will happily tell you that story real quick, and that is I coughed funny, and I felt something in my back, and suddenly I started getting a little scared. But everything turned out to be okay. I put a heat on it immediately, and I'm going to make sure to just continue to take care of my back and posture. What is up, Raiders? Let's see who we have. Might be trickling in. Oh no, I'm glad you're okay. Me too. Me too. Of course, there was a time at work, and I went to stand up, and it felt like it was a week ago, and I'm like, no! But I haven't felt that since, so... Gee, Ghost, man, One Thug, I appreciate you, fam. I hope you're doing really great today. Alec Longoria, how are you doing tonight, fam? Welcome in, Pro Raiders. Indeed. For those of you that don't know, I am Kev the PokéGhost. And I appreciate the art. So we're here to open some mail, appreciate the art, shout out some artists. I do also like to read poetry. Some that I've written, some that others have written. All in public domain. We do also read stories on Monday. I'm trying to get all kinds of things started for this week, so really appreciate you guys popping in. Pro Raid, what's up, boo? What's up, Lori? How you doing? Trainer Glenn, how you doing? Jesse, do you like doggies? Asked Maddie. Pro Raid, what's up, EDF? Congratulations, fam. I saw the news, and I wanted to say, awesome job, man. I'm super proud of you. There he is, PokéRage official. How you doing, brother? How you doing, fam? How was the night? How was the stream? Super appreciate the raid coming on through. What's up, Mr. Swift? How you doing? Demon King, good to see you. Baby Ice, how are you doing? Snore. Heather, must be Heather F. Heather F, how's it going? I hope you're feeling alright. What's up, Default? How are we doing, everybody? Great stream, my dude. Hope your stream has been going well. Honestly, it's just getting started. Just started about 20 minutes ago or so. So far, I solved a Rubik's Cube, and now we're going through some mail that I got from Bro Rips, appreciating some of the art, telling some stories along the way as we go. Feel free to stick around, make some PokéGhost theories with us, y'all. We do like to look at the art and come up with some pretty incredible theories. So if you do just want to chill, want to lurk, that is totally okay as well. And on that same time, I do giveaways. It is kind of in the long run. So, of course, I do have... I wonder if that's still in that. I wonder... Nope. It's not in my clipboard still. But I do have a short for my 600 subscriber giveaway. It is a short, episode number 111 of Artist Appreciation. I don't know if one of my mods wants to grab it for me real quick and post the link, but if you do comment on that, on Saturday this week, I'm going to be running the comment picker for that and giving this away. So I'm going to give away the Greninja Gold Star Celebrations ETB promo from Sword and Shield, done by none other than Masakazu Fukuda, who, little did I know, was the sole creator and designer of all the gold cards, and I thought that was super cool. That one, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Alien. Thank you, Matt. You guys are great. What's up, Alice? How you doing? Never mind. I appreciate you, Kat. Appreciate you. So yeah, go ahead and leave a comment on that. Sub up to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like on that. Hang out and come up with some theories with us as we go through the artwork. And I was actually just talking about this next one. W Mods, indeed. Indeed. Rage Raid, there he is. What's up, Zach K? How you doing, fam? At least you said something tonight. What is I'm glad you had a good stream. Poké Rage Official. And again, thanks so much for the raid, fam. Super appreciate you. Have y'all hit the like button yet? Ask Ben F Productions. How are you, fam? I feel like I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. Not your fault. Not your fault. Just busy on my part. But I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And I appreciate you popping in for a little bit. Looking at this beautiful swallow. This is Ayaka Ozaki. Gotta slow down here. Gotta slow down. But yeah, let's give a huge shout out to EDF, El Deadpool fan, who just today announced that he was monetized. So we are super proud of El Deadpool fan. And even coming from somebody who, man, I saw you from the beginning. I saw you pop into the first stream. I saw the generosity about you. And I knew that this community was going to flourish with you in it. When you said that you were on your way, I believed you. When you said you were going to do it, I believed you. When you did it, I believed you. So keep on going, man. And really hope the new job you're starting is everything that you hoped it is. But yeah, super proud of you, brother. What's up, Emmanuel Moraes? How you doing? And there's Porygon Z. We were just talking about him. And Mama, I did see your comment way earlier. What happened to my back is I threw it out. I remember when I had to get that back brace, it still wasn't really going better. And so I went to a chiropractor, had to get it all adjusted, and I even had a cane for a minute. But I finally been able to stand upright, and the pain is gone. And then I coughed again today. And I was like, oh no, this is it. But everything's okay. I'm feeling good. Jesse, I sent you something. Who did the middle art? Emmanuel Moraes. Great question. So this was gifted to me by the Bro Rip Shop. The art was done by Stormy, member of the community over there, and the Fire Squad over on Spree Stream. Does these custom Pokemon cards. And this showed up in my recent order, and I'm just absolutely taken aback by it, really. I absolutely love it. PokeFam, what's up? Darker Bunnies. Cameron, what's up, fam? I saw you pop in at the very, very end of last night's stream, man. I'm sorry we ended a little early. But, yep, that was done by Stormy. Going on back. No class. How you doing, fam? It's good to see you. It's good to see a lot of you guys popping in here. Super appreciate y'all. 17 of you in here. We're looking at artwork. You need some mama love. Can't wait to see you. Yep, it's definitely going to be soon. That I promise you, mama. Chilling, bro, chilling. Excellent. No better way to be, especially on a Thursday afternoon. This stream is a vibe at night, isn't it, though? And I absolutely enjoy that vibe indeed. Now, very similarly, we see Porygon Z here. He doesn't look so crazy. He looks quite redefined, but he definitely floats. But he looks to be in a server room or office cubicle. Do you think this guy is BT maintenance? Do you think when they have tech support, here comes Porygon Z to fix it? Have you tried Control-Alt-Delete? Have you turned it off and back on again? Done by Anasaki Dynamic. Truly is. Truly is no class. And I just love its sporadic nature. I'll take Porygon Z over the other two any day. Edited Alien, thank you for that. Take care, PokéCat. Make sure you eat in much love. Is Cat leaving? Or are you leaving, Alice? Definitely love the accent for Porygon Z. I do too. I do too, indeed. Crazy Twitch, what have you got? Yeah, right? And don't we all? And I was just kind of explaining that when you look at Porygon, what I see is kind of like an original 90s rendered image of terrain, or maybe Minecraft comes to mind, just something super under-rendered pixelated. And then as the games and graphics advance, they're all like, well, this is what Porygon was supposed to look like. And that's where Porygon 2 came from, and it evolved. And then they tried to make it advance even more, and for whatever reason, something broke. And there we go. No, I was just talking to you, Cat. Definitely love. Thanks, Ryan. Love it. Yeah, I like it too. Ryan's real good at that. Back. Welcome back. Queen of Karaoke. Pretty much every day. How are you doing, Baby Ice? I hope you're doing well. We got Nose Pass, and he's admiring a flower. How beautiful is that? That reminds me of the Iron Golems from Minecraft. By Oku. Fun fact, Nose Pass always points north. Not that that helps in the game, considering you have a full map that you can follow, but definitely helps in some areas. Fourth, got my dinner. Excellent, excellent. What's for dinner? And how was the Tubby's cat? Got this Shroomish. I feel like we just looked at a very similar Shroomish not too long ago. Aikitasaki. I don't know, I just see Oscar the Grouch when I see Shroomish. Goosh? Who's Goosh? Chipotle. Excellent. Be careful with that. Into this... Oh. I'm gonna need some help. Tallow? I think that's Tallow. That's my fat name, Goosh. Fun fact, nose pass in Japanese is just nose pass. I think they just use the English words for nose and compassionate as it. Oh, okay. As is, I got you. Nose pass. Okay. Not very, because wouldn't the Japanese name come first? That's a gorgeous artwork. This is Shunchiro Bunjima. I'm actually in the process of running through the artist appreciation shorts on this. Not compassion. No, not compassion. Compass, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I did, but they use English words all the time. Interesting. And now I'm curious, do they use English words if they don't? Like, you have a word for nose, right? Kanji. Depends if it's kanji is written that way. Oh, excellent. That's interesting. And of course, at the same time, makes so much sense. Yeah, gorgeous bird. Pokemon don't have kanji. Sorry guys, lurking today. Kev inspired me to paint again. Have my Bob Ross socks watching Kev while paint. I love that. I love that, and happy to do that. I can't wait to see it, radio. And yeah, keep on painting, man. Nose is Hana normally. Okay. Isn't Hana flower though? Let's go, Kev. Can't stay, but have a great stream, brother. Chari! I hope you're doing well, brother. And I appreciate you popping in, even if but for a second. Even if but for a second, man. Your support means everything. And it's really good to see you. Hope things are all well over there across the pond. Winter Wander. Okay, that has to be a pen name. Winter Wander? Really? Hana is also flower, slightly different intonation. Okay. Okay. What's a kanji? Cat. I do that all the time. And somehow forgot to say no lettuce or tomatoes, and I'm having to scrape it all off right now. Oh man, no lettuce or tomatoes. It's funny. I used to know somebody that would order solely a BLT, but refused to have lettuce or tomatoes on it. And they just didn't understand. It's like, that's what the L and T are in BLT. Bacon, lettuce, tomato. Like, why don't you just get a bacon sandwich? Kanji are Chinese characters used in Japanese as well. Jesse, I sent you a picture. Wobbuffet. And this is a really good picture of Wobbuffet, because you very rarely get to see the actual Pokemon, which is down here. See his tail? I think he's the actual Pokemon. Either that or he uses that as a decoy. But either way, why does his tail have eyes?
Wobbuffet.
Gorgeous card though. Kozumaso Yosakuni. I butchered that all style-wise. Kazumosa Yosakuni. Beautiful. Beautiful Waba. Let me check, Maddie. Uh-oh. It's your boy, Tomokazu Kamiya. Japanese also has 2 alphabets aside from those characters. I believe Chinese is just those, but way more. Oh, you have really cute doggies, Maddie. Good. That's our boy, Tomokazu Kamiya. Snow Run, Glory of the Rocket Gang. And I will say that, I think that Chinese characters look a lot more like detailed, like there's a lot more information in each character. And once again, huge shout out to Haley, my Japanese resident translator and helper of these names and theories. I feel like I'm learning Japanese by not really doing anything unnatural. Just doing what I'm doing, and you're teaching me along the way. Look at the shadow on his face. Oh, what's this Pokemon? This would be a good one to draw, Alien. Who's that Pokemon? Chingling? Chingling. Yeah, no class, thank you. A Bell Pokemon by Mina no Kai. 4th Chingling card ever, really? That's an interesting fact indeed, considering this is the newest set. Wow, so he never had an illustration rare yet, huh? Bet a lot of Pokédex binders are looking real baby card in that slot. Unless he did. Oh, I'm thinking of Chimecho. We got the Mankey. Looks very similar art style to that Swallow that we were looking at. Yep. Ayako Ozaki. And I do love the technique in art, that under-rendering things in the background, make them appear very far away. Just always fascinated me. Oh, the greatest card in the set, of course, and clearly. The one that should have gotten an illustration rare, and quite possibly an SAR in this set, but didn't. Mimikyu. And Mimikyu looks like somebody saw him, and now he's gonna, like, end. Absolutely my favorite Emmanuel, Mimikyu. And this artwork in general is just incredible. It's very rare that you see his eye. You see his eyes glowing in a lot of cards. In fact, I'm fairly certain that I have one of those cards. Well, I did. Did I put it up? Well, somewhere. So cute, isn't it? Isn't it cute? So this theory is that the Pokemon underneath this hood, nobody knows what he looks like, and he just wants to be liked, so he dresses up like Pikachu, because it's everybody's favorite Pokemon, but nobody really knows what he looks like. Those are his actual eyes through his hood. And then this is his arm. He's kind of like a shadow being underneath, but total ghost. The goated ghost, Mimikyu, who also happens to be a fairy type, and we all miss fairy typing. Skarmory with the metallic shine. Of course, no Skarmory will beat the Surging Spark Skarmory, am I right? Shin Nagasawa. Looks like he is on a mission and a half. I wonder who can fly faster, Dragonite or Skarmory? I don't even know if Skarmory's fast. And last in this little order is just the sorting center. The Rockets Warehouse. Now they will go back in here until I have a binder enough for Glory of the Rocket Gang. Mom is deathly allergic to cats. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm allergic to dogs. But not like their hair or anything. I'm allergic to their saliva. Alright. Of course. Can't order one and not order more, so I have another 3 packs of Glory of the Rocket Gang. And of course, anybody knows my luck on Bro Stream with ripping the individual Japanese packs. They're not really that great of luck. So let's go through this art, the one specifically that we didn't see in the first run. We saw that one. There we go. This is somebody's favorite. I know that this is Rend. I think it's Emmanuel's favorite. I'm allergic to hay, yeah. Oh, hey! Says Avocado. That's funny. I don't know if you said that because Mama Go said I'm allergic to hay, and you're like, oh, hey! I thought that was hysterical just now. How are you doing tonight, Avocado? It's good to see you. Hope your day's going well. But yes, we got the Rend. This is also Matt Gooch's favorite artist. So shout out to you all. He does not have that many cards. They don't. In fact, I did do artist appreciation on Rend, and every card in that short, it was every card he's ever done, including that one. So I'm pretty caught up. Chingling. Oh, how fitting. I'm cutting out the patterns for mine, Matt's, Jesse's, and James' cosplay. Get out of here. I can't wait to see that. You guys are going to absolutely crush it. Are you going into a comp or anything? Like, is it a competition? Or just for funsies? You're a silly ghost sausage. Okay. That's what I do. That's my thing. We got the beautiful Arcanine running through. Always looking happy. He's always got the happiest little puppy smiles. Nosoto Niso. Super sweet. Shout out Caradox Rift likes Arcanine pretty well. Ernie! I just needed to tell you that. Well, I appreciate that, cat. If they turn out decent, I'll probably compete with them. If not, just for fun. Okay, so do you always do a cosplay and try it out at just like a con or something before you try it out in a tournament just to see if it looks good, feels good? I hope you're doing well tonight, Ernie. It's good to see you, fam. Hope you're getting everything that you set out to get today. Look at this. Is this more bad electrical? What is that? He might be in the basement, but yeah, that is bad electrical. What is going on in Rocket headquarters? They need an electrician up in there. Can we get an electivire up in here, Mushu? Moshu? Mosho? Mausho. Ernie! Kara did make it safe to the wedding. She'll be out all weekend. That is right. That is right. She did let me know that she had made it safe and that she wouldn't be tuning in this week for streams. Got this beautiful muck grimer for those keeping count. But man, this electrical work is killing me. Or the arm of a chandelier. Okay, it could be. It could be a sconce of sorts, I suppose. Yeah, I reckon so. Zach Clauditz, what do you think this stuff is? Do you think this is shoddy electrical? What could that be? Or a branch? He could be outside, right? This is an outside water spigot. But I see this door. I guess it could be the outside door. I'm really curious what this purple box is. Cat's still waiting. Oh, I have a hug command. That's cool. If I'm confident in the build and construction of it, then I usually use it as competition piece. If not, then I just wear it. Wear it to cons and do photo shoots and stuff. Excellent. Telecom box says radio trainer. Okay, I can see that. Telecommunications box.
Ernie, stop it right now.
Says Cat. Man, I don't know why Pokemon are escaping me. Is this not Florges? Yeah, Florges. Florges so gorgeous. No, because that's... Who is this? Mashu. Who's that Pokemon? But look at these flowers. Sprinkling with dew. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Been running around all morning, just modding back to back all day, and now I'm just sitting down and eating dinner at 10 p.m. Ah, you work too hard, Cat. You work too hard. Gorgeous, gorgeous Pokemon. One of my favorites. Oh, geez. We got the Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
He's playing with his little baby.
Yeah.
There's twinkling in the air. There's a cloud behind him to fill the space. It's got shadows. Excellent. Well, thanks for that. Okay, just post them when you can. The double hatch Chansey. The double hatch Chansey, indeed. Maybe that's why he's so happy. Because his baby hatched and it wasn't a Chansey. Or maybe he's acquiring his Chansey, his hatched Chansey egg and rejoicing with the jump. But that, pray tell, kind of brings the question, like, what happened to the Chansey? Mom ran it over. Jeez. Jeez. Hope everything's alright. We got Giovanni. Chilling like a boss. After 30 years, still has a very prominent hairline. Used to be exactly my hairline, and now my hairline and neck are becoming the same thing. So. Done by Akogi. Raikagi. Oh no. Let's leave it before we leave it. We got the Zamazenta. I think I heard somebody say that this was a derpy Zamazenta. Chansey is an egg and has an egg pouch. They both hatch simultaneously into Kangaskhan and the baby. Prove me wrong. Okay, I see. I see where you're getting at with that. And the only hole in your theory that I have is that Kangaskhan isn't a fairy-type Pokemon. Plus, it actually comes before Chansey in the Pokedex. Meaning it was discovered first, so is this, like, which came first, the Chansey or the Kangaskhan? Derpy Zamazenta. Weird pose for him, doesn't see his whole body. It's actually a dog. By Mitsuhiro Arita. We are in the presence of royalty, y'all. One of the originals, still kicking it. The chicken did come before the egg. Well, I ordered both on Amazon. I'll let you know which one gets here first. Or the Rayquaza or the Caterpie. That's true. That's true. PokeCat thinks that Caterpie is a stage 1 Rayquaza. What's a hairline? Aww. I love this Pokemon. As you know, I love the pose. But man, some of these environments are just killing me. I think they're all supposed to be in Rocket's headquarters, but he's just standing in front of a desk fan or an AC unit or a cooling fan for a computer. And what's he attacking? Like, is he guarding it? Bidoof, the beaver god. Or basic, whatever you call it. Yeah, basic. Taking the bike on a spin. Enjoy your spin. It's done by KRGC. We did find out that this is actually shortened for his abbreviation name. Or abbreviation for his name. Mine disappeared many moons ago. That is his fan. It's hot in the warehouse. Okay, so maybe he's sitting there and this isn't like, hey, stay away from my fan. This is like, this feels so good. Bidoof is so strong, he can take on the Arceus, the god of all Pokemon. Is that the theory or is that a claim? Are you making that claim, Ryan? That's a good, funny claim, I will say that. This is the art that got me the very first time I saw it, y'all. And Coughing has some incredible artworks out there. Some very abstract artworks indeed. But this one is just absolutely gorgeous. And it was done also by Kodama. And Kodama is very prominent in our hobby. But look at that gas cloud coming through, just looking all happy to be polluting absolutely everything. He's always so cute. See you later, Mads. I love it. Love it. We've got the ghosty boy Rotom that possessed the lawnmower, turning himself into a grass-type Pokemon by Rantai. Sorry. Yeah. Rantai Hidayat. Hidayat. Very abstract. Y'all would be freaking out this busted out of your tool shed. And I love that he's coming out of the tool shed like Rotom randomly traveled or randomly fell into this tool shed and fell into a lawnmower. Y'all are coming with me. Excellent bike ride. So is Rotom a possessed Voltorb? No. No, it isn't. What is Rotom, I wonder? Because if you think about it, I don't know if you're familiar or played the games. I think you were pretty familiar with the theory there, Matt, but Rotom is in Legends Arceus, and they really don't know what it is. But Voltorb is wooden in Legends Arceus, because the Pokeballs were made of wood in Legends Arceus. They were Professor Laventon's creation. Although, I do like your theories. That one, I think, is a little too far of a stretch, unless you have other things to make them line up, like the shape of their eyes. They're not worth you getting run over for. That's true. Hambino. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Okay. He's clearly on a cot. Does anybody else think he's looking in the mirror trying to hypnotize himself? Because maybe he's sleepy and can't fall asleep. Like, you're getting sleepy, Hypno. This works on everybody. Work on me. Because he looks like he's sitting on the edge of a bed in the perfect selfie pose position. Unless he's trying to lure somebody into his bed chambers, but we're not going to go there. Let's go with the mirror. And this tea is wonderful. I wish it didn't take so long to make. Yuyaoka. Anybody else see the very subtle Pokeball in this? The perfect circle, the lock in the middle. I think it was meant to resemble a Pokeball. Or in a prison cell. He was taking an unscheduled break. Grunt caught it, and it's hypnotizing them to forget you didn't see anything. And this is him right there, look. I didn't see anything. Incredible. That is a brilliant, brilliant theory radio. He was taking a break, slapping off a little bit. Maybe he did get tired, and boom, here comes Rocket. Randomly found a Phantom card with a Mimikyu in the background. Do you know of any other cards with Mimikyu in the background? Not Mimikyu. I do have that card in the Mimikyu binder, Hambino, as the cameo. And I've been looking like crazy for others. And as far as the ones that he's actually done with, like Gengar, I haven't really seen any other cameos Mimikyu was in. Oh, the Pikachu promo. He was a cameo in that. And then the Regirock EX. Let's get some hype for the EX by Nisoto Niso. Hype for the EX. And I just love how rocky he is. Excellent, I love that. Yeah, that was funny because I was going through and I was like, oh, shout out Danny Phantom. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's a Mimikyu here. So, did get an EX. Pretty happy about that. Out of 3 packs, an EX isn't bad. If I come across any in my stuff, I will let you know. Oh, and the Mimikyu cameos? Yeah, definitely. Getting hyped for the EX. Thank you, Maddie. Appreciate you, Maddie G. I'll have to start differentiating Maddie and Matty. Yep. I'm still chipping away at the Southern Island set. Only need 3 more, I think. Yo, that's an accomplishment and a half, as well as a collection, indeed. Southern Island set, y'all, was created a long time ago by like 2 or 3 people. And it's only, if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, Hambino, it's probably, I think it's only like 18 cards or something like that, 20 cards. I hate Tokyo, man. Everywhere's so crowded. Is it a big touristy spot, Halion? Or is it primarily the locals that make it crowded? Trying to get a Pikachu Mimikyu promo from ALB. I've been trying to get that promo from him for months. Both. Well, that doesn't make it any less frustrating, I'm sure. 18 cards. 2 artists did the set. 1 did the first 9. The other did the last 9. That's right. That's right. And I want to say one of them was Kogamaru and Nino, but I might be speaking out of turn. It's been some time since I've looked at the set. But I can remember featuring some of those in his artist appreciation short. He wants my Fossil First Edition Master set for it? Just for that, you better be getting a little bit more than just that promo. That's a lot of Master set to be throwing around there, Ernie. And then I did pick up 4 packs of Shrouded Fable. You all know that I'm definitely Shrouded. I love Shrouded Fable. You do have trade power. You do. The Ren Nidoran. Yep. In fact, I have that set up right here just because I knew that you liked it. And I didn't see you when I pulled it out, so I figured you bounced out, so I kept them up there. No mini cards, not just that. Shrouded, indeed. I'm going to have to do Japanese Southern Island after I get the English, though. Ooh, that one might be a little bit tougher. Maybe Haley can help you out. She goes into so many card shops in Japan that she might be able to find a few. This looks very familiar. Masoto Niso. I really love the reverse energy or the reverse hollow pattern in Shrouded. I think it's one of the coolest hollow patterns for reverses that they have. But I also am not a fan of all sets and how hard it is to miss the reverse darks. So, love me that Crobat. Japanese Southern Island, man. I can't even imagine what those cards are worth in PSA 10. It's got a Tapu Bulu, the like button, as Bro Rips would say. Gosan. Let's leave that before we leave it. Lots of card shops. I have no way to get money, though. Oh, that would probably be important. Speaking of Rend, anyone have or seen the illustration contest 2022 Arcanine? I have not, but I'm going to be looking it up after stream. I can tell you that, unless you want to throw it in the Discord. I can pull that up a little quicker. When you first put that single on screen, I thought it was Espeon before the camera focused. Oh, this one? Yeah. Almost. This is another one of my favorites, Cresselia, the lunar Pokemon. Just hovering over the world. This is Matazo. Not this one. The Rattata. Or however you spell it. This is a Nidoran. This one. Rattata. That's right. That's how you spell it. Very nice, Emmanuel. It's Ren's first card. Need to get that one. Absolutely. In fact, I've come up with a lot of cards in my sets that I'm like, oh, I wonder where this came from. And something that I'm really excited about on Saturday is I just spotted this out of the corner of my eye before stream. Is I'm pretty sure that this comes with the promo illustration contest for 2024. So I think I've got those in there too. And I'm really excited to get to those, and I'm so happy I got copies. That's amazing. Ernie, it might be a bit cheaper logically if you're looking for something specific. Oh, there's our Malamar in the office building. We're going to need you to file some TPS reports and possibly work on Saturday. Or maybe this was Porygon Z sending up tech support to do some troubleshooting. Agoki. Oh boy, a sealed box. Pull that Ho-Oh. The Ho-Oh would be nice, absolutely. I would not mind pulling the Ho-Oh. I would not mind pulling Cynthia's Garchomp either. Ethan would be okay, but there's preferred over Ethan. Arvin would be okay. But again, Arvin. Porygon Z doing taxes. Oh, and I completed the thank you signed cards, and dang, the Deme went from like $3 to $20 for no reason. That's crazy. Sometimes all it takes is one good sale. Oh, Haley, I was looking at master sets and they were more expensive there than here. Interesting. I like to buy the whole master set. We got another beautiful Hypno. We've seen a lot of these arts a lot on this channel. Wow. Yeah, Masako Tomi. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those illustration cards. Specifically, I know that for Alligator is pretty cool looking. Golbat. Hunking Through the Cave. Pitchback Blade by Tazero. Who does a lot of the Golbats. Hypnos are cool. They are cool. I have a Hypno binder. When I say binder, I mean I have a big personal binder, and I've got sections for these Pokemon in the binder. Hypno is one of those Pokemon. Got my Ghastly Haunter Gengars. Got my Lake Trios in there. My Latios Latios, my Mespritz and Mismagius. And then, of course, Mr. Mime. Dusknoir, Dusclops, I've got that line in there too. This was done, not just one of my favorite Pokemon, who always looks like he's wandering and dreaming, but I dare say this is my favorite Meowth artwork so far. Is this one right here. It was done by Sui. Hi, Mr. Ghost. Love the cutie mouth, right? Isn't he cute? Meowth, that's right. How you doing tonight, Jess? It's good to see you. Anyone else actually excited this year's Trick or Trade? I don't care what anyone says. I love Trick or Trade, says Ambino. I love Trick or Trade too. I've got a binder for those also. I got my master sets throughout, and then once I get my master set out of the bag, I put the rest back in the bag and hand them out. Hand out the second master set. Sounded like there was someone at the door. Cooking dinner. What's for dinner? I just sent for 2,000 penny sleeves and 2 more binders last night. Excellent. I love that. Got the Sui, Meowth. Got the XU. Cute little shy XU by Orca. Orca is probably more commonly known for doing the Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown. That was also Orca. Cheesy tortellini and turkey. Tortellini is probably my favorite pasta, if I had to pick one. Duskull. This was done by Akita Sokai, or Saki. Saki. I love tortellini too. And I actually sign those when I send out packages and stuff. I sign the PokéGhost. Mine too, and it's obsession around this house. That's a good obsession to have. There are worst obsessions. Got the reverse hollow Yveltal. And let me tell you that this is probably one of the coolest Yveltal artworks out there. And I don't know, is it just me? Everybody weigh in. If it's a legendary Pokemon, personally, I don't think it should ever be featured on a baby card. I think it needs to be an art rare or better every time. But it is cool to see him on a little card and fit inside a window, but all this looks like to me is they took this massive mythical being and put him into a 3x4 box. Like, he looks like he's crammed into a box. But this is a beautiful piece of artwork. This was done by C.A. Nanahara. And C.A. Nanahara is more commonly known for doing the beautiful Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. Hollow Hunters in my chat? What's going on, fam? How are you boys doing tonight, fellers? I appreciate you popping in. We're just appreciating some artwork here and looking at this amazing Yveltal. How's your night going? Are you getting everything that you set out to get today? Everybody needs to, if you have not yet already, go and check out the Hollow Hunters, Johnny and Shay. They're two of the funniest brothers you will ever meet. And definitely love what y'all are doing. The community that you built over there, albeit might be a little rowdy, so I do want to warn all my family friendly in the chat. Definitely no filter, so be warned. But go and check them out. They're a fun group to hang around. I have never laughed so hard in some of y'all's streams as I have in the Hollow Hunters. So thank you for everything that you do and the fun environment you bring, and being on so late. Sometimes it's just like the only place to be. So super appreciate y'all. And I want to introduce you to the greatest Persian that we've known today. And there's many theories I have about this card. My favorite, doing great, only glad to be able to catch your stream. Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to as well. Shop around there made much more expensive. Thanks, Ernie. How you doing? So what I think Persian is a lookout, and I think the lookout is because Team Rocket just blew a hole in this wall, and this wall is the wall to a bank, and so they're inside robbing the bank of all the Pokecoin, and Persian is the lookout. That's what I think. let me know what you think. But this was one of my favorite Persian artworks ever. It was done by NC Empire. NC Empire has done some incredible artwork in our day. More importantly, or more recently, they're responsible for the Spy Ops illustration rare from Glory of the Rocket Gang, which I saw this card and immediately became my chase. And thanks to Halion, I'm able to hold it and say it's mine. So I appreciate you, Halion, for throwing that out to me. Kevin's a man. Appreciate the shout out on the raid. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love raiding y'all. I love bringing the community on over, and I can only speak as much as I know, but I think they have a blast when they go over because they're always there. So yeah, keep doing what y'all are doing. Is your bike okay, Maddie? Says Ernie. 2 miles in less than 10 minutes. Excellent. Definitely tells a story. Indeed tells a story, right? And it could be anything. It could just be that's where he lives, in the sewer, and he's just chilling in his apartment. We got the Decidui, or the Archer. Look at that Archer stance, pulling out a feather and using it as an arrow. That to me is like just total BA move. How's the hits tonight? They're doing well. We're actually, you know what? I think I might speed it up a little bit. I got some orders in from Bro Rips is what we're going through right now, and I always like to go through the art and kind of look at it. But out of here, I can say that I didn't really pick up anything brand new. But the hit from this set that I got was I actually pulled a full art Kingdra. And wouldn't you know it, it's smack dab in the center. Robin Hood or Green Arrow. I love it, Radio Trainer. I love it. I was literally dying of laughter the first stream of AOB and Kiki. That is a funny stream as well. That was a funny stream. Love that for yours, right? Shrouded Fable Luck. I did have Shrouded Luck. Ryan, every time. You're a legend. Absolutely, Ryan Tran's a legend. Gorgeous full artwork. Absolutely love it. Did want to give another huge shout out to Mr. Skang. And really miss him. And he went ahead and sent this one over. Another beautiful card I was chasing from Shrouded Fable. And this was by Takeshi Nakamura. And I can never get it out of my head. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Thor Ragnarok, but the big super chat's not enabled. Oh, I'm not monetized yet, Hollow Hunters. I appreciate the support though. But I'm not yet monetized by YouTube. I am well on my journey though. But I always think of this guy just looking over somebody like, hey man, are you alright? Yep, definitely, and appreciate that and the thought. I did pin my Venmo to the top of the chat some time ago, but I'm taking all of next week off, and I've made an educated decision that I'm going to be putting a lot of my time directly back into this channel. And I'm going to be bringing y'all a lot of new content, a lot of new episodes. I'm going to be busting out the old school mail. The mail videos where I used to recite poetry for people and then go through the mails and the stories. I have an enormous stack of mail. I can't even show you because it's like, it's massive. I've gotten way behind, but I am going to go through and start pumping those out. I'm going to start pumping out the Pokemon appreciation episodes and teaching y'all about the originations of the Pokemon and where they came from, as well as amplify the artist appreciation shorts. And I've also figured out as of today that I might have found a way that I can stream from my Xbox directly to YouTube. And if I'm able to do that, then I could probably do my Switch also. And I'll be able to do Pokemon playthroughs with y'all. Or any game, really. So, but let me get into the attraction of the night here, which is going to be an epic story on Bro Rips. And there is a community member of the Shredder Gang. How was I not subscribed? Embarrassed. Well, it's only embarrassing if you out yourself. But no, I'm just kidding. I appreciate the sub, yes, I do. And that is quite alright. You would not believe how many people I watch daily. And their videos just pop up on my live, on my feed all the time, and I've never been subbed to them, and so yeah, it happens. But there's a community member, and I know I've mentioned this community member over at the Shredder Gang, Bro Rips, once or twice before, and this community member, his name, he goes only by Old and Gray. Chat, getting a Switch day one? Ooh, I'm not. Anybody else getting the Switch 2 day one? And Old and Gray, he likes to give back more than anything, and I know that's the true intent, but we like to say he likes to see us fight amongst each other, and he typically puts it up in the Heart Attack game, or Last Energy Standing, as Bro has dubbed it, and anybody that wants to know what Last Energy Standing is, you're gonna have to go and check out Bro's live and wait for that game to come up, because it is probably the funnest time that you will have trying to win something. Even if you don't, it's still fun to participate. However, one day Old and Gray came in and he bought an entire booster box of 151 Japanese, and he said, this is for the members, spin a wheel, first person on the wheel that gets picked gets the box. So it was just a really quick spin, one and done, and wouldn't you know, I won it. I won the box, so I got the whole booster box of 151, and I think that just due to the mere size of this here, and we've seen a lot of these baby cards, we're going to look at these top loaders first, because even though I didn't walk away with, per se, any of the big boys, I still walked away with a majority of my chases in this one booster box, and it also gave me enough cards to go through and probably fill out my Japanese 151, so. Oh, the lottery's won. I have an ancient Switch. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely nice, Mama. And including, but not limited to, a Pokeball Flareon. That was just chilling on top here. Let's go ahead and sleeve that before we leave it. I've always been lucky like that. I get lucky a lot, but for every one time I get lucky, there's like 17 times that I didn't get lucky, Mama. But you're right. I've always had pretty impeccable ghost luck, and they still follow me around. But we also discovered something interesting, and I know this something interesting is going to make every single one of you dig out your 151 Japanese and look, because it's something that caught Bro and I by surprise. I was just looking for this card the other day for Kiyotaka Yoshiyama, and I was like, what a great card, the Ditto, and I didn't have it. Here it was. But we were going through the 151, and we were looking at the reverse hollow Pokeballs, and for those that don't know, Mom, isn't it past bedtime? Says Dark Depression 420. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. I shouldn't put that there. And what we noticed is Bro stopped. He's like, what's happening here? And if you notice this pattern, this Pokeball pattern, look at how it overlaps right in the middle. And of course, there's a solid print line right underneath that first ball. But it's an overlapping. They're actually in Michigan as well, PokeCat. My mom and brother. There we go. So, overlapping Pokeball, and Aerofoil is what it was indeed, and he's like, that's super cool, and then he started pulling out all the other ones and taking a look, and we actually did find more than one. So I got the Horsea, or the Seadra as well, came through. Look at that gnarly print line right underneath that second row. Really prevalent misprint for those. I've seen a bunch online, but I haven't pulled one myself. Kind of cool, indeed. Of course, stupid print lines, yeah. And I'm not really sure if that's a, I'm not a fan of the Pokeball Hollow, says Emmanuel. I'm not a fan of this Pokeball Hollow. I mean, I get what they were trying to do, and I think it was kind of cool. And maybe I liked it once upon a time ago. But the once upon a time ago kind of comes from until I saw what they could do with Pokeballs with Prismatic, and then of course with the new Gem Mint packs coming out, like those Pokeball and Master Balls are pretty cool too. I got the Master Ball Dodrio. And the Master Ball Dodrio is kind of important to me because, believe it or not, the Pokeball Dodrio was the first Pokeball I ever pulled. So the Master Ball Dodrio being the first Master Ball I ever pulled out of 151 is important. So I thought that was super cool. Master Ball from 151. Alright, y'all. Let's get into it. We'll start small. Charizard EX. Hype for the EX from Planeta. From artist Mochizuki. Gorgeous. Got the Zapdos EX by Tukuyo. Was Bulba excellent? Gem packs are so cool, but now I'm mad at them. Why are you mad at them? Overhyped Lizard EX. The Hollow and Prismatic and Chinese are better. Agreed. Agreed. Got the Jinx. Can't get away from Jinx. So those are the EXs of the pack. And the art rares are as follows. I thought this was incredibly hilarious because I was suffering from incredible back pain at the time of this giveaway, and so Daisy's help coming up was just probably hysterical because she's the healer. So she came to help me. Ryan Tran pulled the Psyduck in Japanese as well. And none of the exclusives that sucks, Alien, I'm sorry. But pulled the Psyduck in Japanese. Pulled the Dragonair, Rika Dragonair. Illustration rare. Psyduck rules. Doyle rules. And last, and certainly not least, my favorite art, mine too. I was after this card for so long. So long, and I really wish Dragonite got his illustration rare. But I grabbed the Squirtle. Michohiro Irida Squirtle. Dragonair is beautiful, totally is. I love that Psyduck because Overthink as a move is too relatable. I agree. I agree. Look at that card by Michohiro Arita. Mega Dragonite SIR coming soon. I think you're right. Recently got 2 of my birthday at Scott's. Excellent. Squirty Boy. I knew that's how you summon Matt Gooch. But yes, I didn't pull the big Blasty Boy, but I pulled the little Squirty Boy. Playing in the sand and the beach. And absolutely gorgeous card up close. And I've probably seen this card a million times. And up close and personal, it just floors me how detailed it is, specifically because this man drew it. And I can't even fathom how long it took, not just to draw this one, but Wartortle and then Blastoise SAR as well. Brangus McGee, how's it going, man? I hope you're doing well. Love it, said Matt Gooch. Oh, I know you do. I know you do. I love it too, and I didn't realize how much. Until, of course, I had it here in my hand, so... And for what it's worth, man, this package arrived fairly quickly, too, so appreciate that, bro. And your packaging is always just top-notch, spot on, so... Wanted to make sure to keep them all sealed up, but man, some of these top loaders are reflecting real bad. Alright, now we gotta go through and find some Pokeballs. Excellent. Oh, I love it. No, he's looking back at Wartortle and, are you coming, guys? You guys? Guys, are you coming? Come on, guys. Yeah, it could be. Never thought of him coming out of the water before. Because Wartortle's just a little bit deeper and Blastoise is way deep. Madeline gave me a little stuffed animal Squirtle. Aw, frustrated. Need to find a sports coat, but nobody has my size. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know that's frustrating. I'm incredibly tall, so it's hard to find a sport coat that goes like below my waist. I wish you the best of luck, man. Alright, let's get into some of the regular artwork real quick here. We got Tika Matsuno. And I think, where are we? We're at about the hour-and-a-half mark here. I think it's time for me to go turn on my coffee pot so that can start brewing. Man, this is absolutely gorgeous, and I gotta say, I'm a firm believer that somebody asked the question, and I believe it was Kidio Game, but he was like, what Pokemon do you think is nobody's favorite? Like, nobody's ever said, oh my god, this Pokemon is my favorite. Which Pokemon would that be? And I'm firm on this one, right here. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say, my favorite Pokemon, Metapod. Oh my god, it's Metapod. Like, nobody's ever said that. Even though he plays a prominent role, and I do like the Caterpie Evo line as well, Emmanuel. The Trash Brag, Garbodor. I like Garbodor. I wouldn't say he's like my favorite. You like Metapod? Okay. Okay. So now the question is out there. Oh, no worries at all, Mama. In fact, that's going to be, well, typically I wait the darker stuff to read till after midnight, but what I will do is, because Mom is going to bed, let me think of a story. You know what? Just due to the fact that it's my mom that's here. This is my actual mother in the chat, y'all. Everybody say hi to Mama Ghost. You always make me want coffee right before I go to bed. Don't drink coffee. Don't drink coffee. But I'm going to read a bedtime story that was definitely inspired by my son. Little Cubone raid? No. Okay, let me turn on my coffee pot real quick. Little Cubone. Hope you're doing well, brother. We're just going to turn that coffee pot on, and I had a very interesting story to tell. Coffee all day, every day. Avocado gets it. Hi, Mama Ghost, says Lori. Bone, said Cat. Just a sec. No worries. Cubone raid. Everybody double dipping on the streams, and I love it. You guys always amuse me. Not amuse me, but amaze me with how quick you can jump from one stream to another. So welcome, Raiders, indeed. What I was going to do is, as my mom was here, we're going through our 151 artwork that we won from Bro Rips. We're going through the booster box, appreciating some of the artwork, and maybe getting inspired for artist appreciation shorts. But I'm also an author. I do like to write. I'm a poet. I'm an appreciator of all artworks in all forms. And what I did want to do was I'm going to read a book that I actually wrote. And it's a kid's book that many of you have heard already. What's going on, Johnny Knight? I hope you're doing well, brother. And I thought that would be nice to read it. It's kind of like a good night story. We are far from over, though. We are not ending just yet, but my mama's in the chat and she's going to bed, so I'm going to be nighttime skydiving. Alright, well, have fun, Darker Bunnies. Be safe, man. Is it published yet, Kev? Not sure if I asked earlier. It is not published. Not this one. Getting to the office. See you later, friends. Have a great day, Haley, and I appreciate you dropping in. Like. So, let me get that here pulled up. But it was a story that I've told a couple of times here on the stream, but it was a story I wrote called Do Martians Like Spaghetti? It is a kid's story, which I think is appropriate for the time. And when I say time, I mean like the time of day. Oh, that's a good one. After that, Smash goes, hey, poke cat. Dap mode. Here come the Raiders. What's going on, Raiders? Dragon Fang Dan, how's it going, brother? I hope you're doing well. JB, Johnny Knight, Ben F, coming on back with the Cubone raid. How you doing, Ben F? Can't wait to hear your story. It will happen real soon, Mama, I promise. Staggered Cards, what's going on, brother? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Kev the PokéGhost, if you do not know. I am a lover of all things appreciation of artwork. We do go a little bit slow over here. What's up? Portgas D Ace, what's going on? I can see a lot of new names in here. Everybody go ahead and sub up, hit the like button. If I can get one of my mods to share that short that they had pasted earlier of my 111th artist appreciation, we're just going to put this here. So if you go and drop a comment on that short, thank you for that. Matt Gooch just posted the link, so everybody, if you want to go and comment on that short, on Saturday I'll be running the comment picker, and we're going to give away this beautiful Greninja Gold Star promo from Celebrations, illustrated by none other than Masukazu Fukuda. Been a long day. So go ahead and do that, and I super appreciate you coming on by. Little Cubone, there he is. How are you doing tonight, fam? I hope the stream went well. Thank you, Lori. Lori's posting that short, the short for the not just 111th artist appreciation, but that is my 600 subscriber giveaway, as I did just pass 600 subs, and I have every single one of you to thank for that. I super appreciate you guys always believing in ghosts, and we will get back into the artwork here in a minute. What I am going to do is I wanted to go ahead and explore just another talent of mine, which is my writing, and I did write a book, and I wanted to read that book, which is a kid's book, and of course you can all let me know what you think. If you have kids, you can let them listen in. But really it is what I do from time to time, and we do get into all kinds of poetry here as well. I also do read books on Monday, so we are going through old books and reading story time on Monday. If you just need a place to chill at the end of a long Monday and just hang out with great people, listen to an amazing story, come by and listen to me read. We just got done with Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and we are going to start Through the Looking Glass come this Monday. The other two are out, so you can go and watch those before then, but really appreciate you guys being here. Saturday, come and join us back. We are going to open a box of Korean Heatwave, hunting for some more art and some SAR, see if we can pull a holo. But with that, go ahead and chill, take a look at the short. I'm going to go ahead and read this story to y'all, and you all can let me know what you think. And again, Little Cubone Man, I super appreciate the raid, fam. I hope your stream went well. We're going to stop the music. Stop the music. And this is a story that I wrote some time ago. And it was called Do Martians Like Spaghetti? Long story of how we got here. Incredibly short, as my son and I, we used to hang out a lot, Nate and I, and we used to go after work every day to the gas station and pick up a juice box called a Tummy Tickler, and it was a little juice bottle. And we went one day, and he picked out the little Martian from Toy Story. Much love. No worries at all, Boo. I appreciate you. Little Martian from Toy Story, and we brought it home, and our neighbor came out, and she was like, "What is that?" And he said, "It's the Martian." And she was a little out there, but she was always like, "Man, I wish they would just get here already." And he's like, "Yeah." She goes, "What do you think they eat?" "Martians." And without thinking, my son says, "Spaghetti." And I was sitting there listening to this conversation, and I thought to myself, do Martians like spaghetti? And that was the making of this story. So without further ado, y'all, appreciate you letting me talk it out. This is Do Martians Like Spaghetti? As the day fades into night and the sun's last light has shone, Mom flips on my Martian light and leaves me there alone. Every night I lay there, I close my eyes and think, do Martians like spaghetti? I wonder what they drink. Maybe soda, maybe milk, or perhaps some juice instead. And if spaghetti's what they like, do they like garlic bread? These are things I sit and think when I'm all alone. Do you think they talk like us, or do they grunt and moan? On top of all this, I'll ask, what else do Martians like? Do they play hide and seek or freeze tag, go on hikes? Do they wear shirts, shoes, socks, and pants like me? Or do they all wear silver jumpsuits with a standard neckline V? Sometimes at night, I search the skies and hope they show their face and would like for them to eat their first meal right here at my place. I would like the opportunity, a chance to meet them first, to tell them don't try vegetables because broccoli is the worst. Do you think they'll be well-mannered and respectful to my mother? When you leave, do you think they will abduct my little brother? And I'm sure they'll also have some questions about the human race, like, what's that fleshy bulbous bump in the middle of our face? I'll tell them that's our nose, it is there to help us smell, and they'll most likely ask about the skin flaps we call ears as well. And so many things I'll ask them when they finally do arrive. Do you think they fly around or have to learn to drive? Do you think they'll be super smart and have a lot to say? Because to answer all my questions would take forever and a day. No matter when they come to Earth or what they have in store, everyone will see more clearly than they ever did before. The grass will be more green and the sky a royal blue. Do you think they make arts and crafts with Martian glitter glue? All the stars are finally out tonight and my eyes are finally getting heavy. Tomorrow I'll ask my mom, do Martians like spaghetti? Always garlic bread. Oh, I love this story. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And my coffee is done. I'm going to fill my cup real quick. Hold, please. And appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to do that. Oh, I'm hungry now. I hear you. I hear that. Sorry I didn't turn that back on immediately. There we go. Making me want coffee at almost 10 p.m. No, do decaf. Presto. Absolutely love this story. I appreciate that. So cute. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you. And hanging around for it. Show 17 of y'all still in here. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate you. Funny story, Jess. Let me tell you a funny story. Story time. While we look through some more art. I, once upon a time, had this really cool coffee pot. And the coffee pot was a Keurig-ish. Like, you could use the K-pods in it, but you could also switch out the basket and just use coffee grounds and make one cup. And that was probably the greatest thing that I've ever owned ever. Got the Pokeball. Gorgeous gold bat. It's by Scav. This is a painting I'd have on my wall. Well, I guess using that coffee machine so much, so often, for so long, did end up damaging it in some way, and now whenever I turn it on, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't really make anything. It just kind of spits out hot steam, and I'm thinking maybe the hard water did something to the inside. Okay. So I kind of freaked out a little bit. I need my coffee. Thanks for sharing a great story. Sorry. No worries at all, Radio Trainer. What's up, Adam Jones? How you doing? And while I finish, let's look at this absolutely adorable Dragonite. Oh my god. Look at him. So and I'm gonna have to take it apart and clean it, indeed. I need to figure out how to do that. So I am going to do that, but in the meantime, I mean, I have a spare coffee pot, and so I just had to bust it out, clean it up, and so that's what I'm using right now. So cute, right? So cute, little Dragonite. So I had to bust it out. Well, fast forward to today, been making full pots of coffee. Sanosuke Sukuma. Sanosuke. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And today, for whatever reason, I'm like, I need to order coffee, especially for tonight. So I ordered coffee, and I was like, I can get those coffee grounds. Good night, love you. Oh, I love you, Mama. I hope you have a beautiful night. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate you. I know it's late. But yes, call me later. Or tomorrow, or this weekend. And I was like, oh, I could buy the coffee grounds for $10. Or I can get this pack of 12 K-Pods for $5. Like, that's a no-brainer. So I got the K-Pods, not even remembering that my machine is broken. So now I was sitting here with a bunch of K-Pods and nothing to make them with. So I busted out the old coffee pot and I tried to make it work again tonight. Didn't work still. Call you Saturday. That sounds good, Mama. That sounds good. Saturday gonna be a busy day, but you know me, I always make time for what's important. So I was at work and I was like, y'all are not gonna believe the day I'm having and what just happened. But blah blah blah, that just happened. And someone was like, I believe it was oh no, it wasn't. It was one of my friends at work was like, I can't tell you how quickly I would be ripping into those K-Pods and putting them in my coffee pot. And I was like, wait a minute. Is there just regular coffee grounds inside K-Pods? And they're like, honestly, I thought so. I don't know. I was like, okay. Further research is needed, so I looked it up, and I am working tomorrow, yes. And so I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, it's just coffee grounds in there, but there's also additives that isn't coffee in there. Like, if you get the French vanilla, then there's probably vanilla in there. So I was like, alright, I can either walk to the store in 100-degree temperature to return it and exchange it for real coffee, or I can do the thing. So I pulled one out, and I cut it open, and I was like, oh my god, love you too, Mama. I was like, oh my god, there's actual coffee in these things. Cool. And so I put the filter in the pot, and I dumped one, dumped another, and I kept going. And I was like, alright, cool, 3, that's probably 6 tablespoons. You know what? 6, this is 3 cups of coffee, so I should probably only put like 3 to 6 cups of water in there. And oh my god, this thing was so strong. I can't even tell you. I probably grew a new mustache just by drinking that. And I was like, why is it so strong if there's twice the amount of cups? And it was because it went through it all like completely unfiltered. It just hit it. It was very fine and very ground. And so it was just the strongest coffee that I'd ever drinking. So probably shouldn't be drinking more. But what I did do was I went back and I made more before the stream, and I only put 2 pods in there, and I still made the same amount as I did before. It's now tasting much, much more like coffee. Albeit still a little strong, but I found a way to drink the coffee, and I'm happy with that. Let's get back to the art. Little ride on. Gosan. Little Rhyhorn. Did you know that once a Rhyhorn stops or starts running, it's really hard for him to stop? And some Pokedex entries in the back in the day, could say that it could even shatter mountains. I think they were being a little bit dramatic, but shatter mountains? Come on. We got the Venonat, and everybody knows my theory on Venonat. Of course, there was a very popular YouTuber, M&JTV, who has kind of debunked that theory. But I think Venonat was supposed to be Butterfree. Done that, the pod thing in my regular coffee pot. How did that turn out for you? Wasn't he the first Pokemon? Rhydon? Rhydon was, not Rhyhorn. So it's gonna be who he evolves into was the first Pokemon. But yeah, you're not wrong. That's good trivia, boo. He was the first Pokemon indeed. Gorgeous little Venonat by Kokomaru Uminu. But if you take a look at Butterfree, you'll notice his eyes, his nose, his little fangs, his little hands are the same shape, his little feet are the same, his antennae are the same. Like everything. It's supposed to be Butterfree, just like Caterpie was supposed to be Rayquaza. See, that's what I thought too. And then somebody said, wow, there was only like 3 people designing these Pokemon back in the day. So you're bound to get some character similarities between the two. And that theory to me was bunk. They unproved it, but I still think that was supposed to be Butterfree. I just used 1 pot and about 12 ounces of water because it's 1 cup. Nah, I don't believe that. We've got Krabby or Kingler. These are great because these are all the original 151. So these ones we all know up and down. This was done by Yukio Baba. And Yukio Baba is very talented with a colored pencil. That I will give it to him. I'll give him that. We've got the Hitmonchan. Punching up at the sun. Got the sun rays coming down. This is exactly what it's like to be walking through Phoenix, Arizona right now. You got the palm trees, and you're just walking down, and you're like, son, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you, son. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Dom. Usually just get the regular black, not flavored ones. Okay. And me, I was so excited, because I was like, they've got donut, coffee flavors, and I'm like, yeah. I ended up getting the French vanilla. And trust me, I'm not tasting French or vanilla in here, so... Gorgeous card. Gorgeous card by Dom. The Dugtrio. One always looks so sad because it can only use 2 heads at a time, so I think that third one is just always sleeping. In fact, I'm pretty sure on the first card they were ever featured in, one of them was sleeping. Oh man, that's a fast little bird. Got the Electabuzz. And I know we've moved on from the Rocket Gang, but it still looks like he's in that industrial warehouse. I wonder if they're just saving money on electricity by having this thing live in their basement and power their things. Anybody else think that's what they're doing? Flintstone in this Pokemon? Oh no, Electabuzz fell asleep. My phone's not charging. NC Empire, of course, of course. You can totally tell. They just have a way to make these Pokemon come at you. Sweet. Magikarp. King Carp by Kuki Saitu. Jumping upstream. Forever trying to be his evolved self. Got Duo running. The expressionless face of the Duo gives me the heebie-jeebies, that I will say. Yeah, gives me the heebies. One of the greatest depicted haunters of our time, the Las Vegas Haunter. You cannot tell me that that's not Las Vegas back there, especially with that big diamond sign. I think he's actually behind a highway sign, and he's looking onto the many, many lights of Vegas, and he's like, I am gonna mess some stuff up there. This was done by our boy, Tomokazu Kamiya. And karma goes full circle. Because Olden Gray, he opened up his own box of Japanese 151 just yesterday, and he pulled his Master Ball Hunter. For sure, Vegas, yep. And that's what I thought. Which is odd, right? Because it's definitely, unless it might be a city very similar in Tokyo. Okay, it might be that. That's what I will say. But here in the U.S., we say Vegas. But it could be a very popular city in Japan. Now that I think about it. And there we go. Just classic. In fact, what I should do is that. Of course, it would be on the bottom. But I feel like this card and his first card are depicted very closely together. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just work here. I think that Ren should have done all of these, although nothing against Shibarangaru. They have some pretty dynamic art as well. Speaking of little Cubone, got me a Pokeball Cubone. Genghis, how's it going? How are you? It's good to see you. We're just going through some 151 art. As always, keeping it kind of a little bit of a light night. I did want to try something a little bit later, but we'll see what happens. Good, brother. I am doing well. I am doing well. I had a little bit of a scare with my back. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been dealing with some back pain and back trouble. And just recently, it started to get better. And I can stand up straight and all that. And then today, I coughed funny. I felt something weird happen in my back, but everything is okay. I put a heat on it immediately, but and it's okay now. It just scared me a little bit earlier. So let that be just a warning to everybody. Please stretch every day before you do anything. Don't sit for too long without getting up and walking around. And I should probably take that advice myself. Kev, have a great night. Kat, Haley, and Lori. Alice, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night as well. Hope it gets better for you, my guy. Yep, me too. And as of right now, I think it'll be okay. I think tomorrow will be a little bit more telling, but I think what I was able to do definitely helped prevent anything worse from happening. Shinya Komatsu, that's what we didn't do on that first one. This is a gorgeous artwork, a little Cubone looking up at the moon. I guess he's a master of the bone throwing, and that's okay. Good old Cubone. Can't have a 151 without a fossil. Gotta have fossils so we can get to our Oma Stars and our Kabutops. Beautiful Ivysaur. That's just gorgeous. Unishida. Looks like he's like, that's the only beam of light, and he needed some of that sunlight, so he came over to give his bulb some sunlight. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Very curious glance, but very, very, very cool card. We got the Sea King. No. Goldeen. Nope. Don't tell me Goldeen. Yeah, Sea King. Sea King is the horsey. Ryan to go. Horsey. Seedra. Kingdra. Golden. Sea King. Yeah, this is Sea King. OG Dirtfish. Dirt. Sea King. Man, out of all the fish, I feel like he probably should have went with them, you know? Like, I don't know why we wouldn't have a Goldine or a Sea King SIR. Thank you, Emmanuel. I was struggling with that, man. I was going through, like, Horsey, Seadra, Kingdra. Horsey, Seadra, Kingdra. Who is this? Sea King. Got the Muck Pokeball. It was done by Nasoto Niso. Goldine should have had an IR like Koi Pond Fishes. Man, that would have been great. And it's not too late. He's still a Pokemon in the database. They could do it. If we just say it enough times, maybe they will. Because I agree 100%. Koi Pond, Goldine, AR, and then maybe a Sea King SIR. Because if they can do Chi-Yu and Magikarp, they could do a Sea King. I was trying to tell you, but I couldn't decide if it was Sea King or Sea King. Did you see the new set has Pokeballs and Master Balls in it? Begrudgingly, yes, I did. And I only say begrudgingly because I know how hard it is to master set those kind of sets. But I will say that the newest set artwork, oh my god. I don't know if anybody had a chance to see it, and I'm super looking forward to Saturday morning. Everybody come and join Halion on Saturday morning. She's going to be opening Black Bolt. So we can take a look at some of the artwork firsthand. And then, Saturday night, you can come and join me. I'm going to open this Korean Heatwave Arena. We are going to get some illustration rare cards in there as well, I think. And I'm really excited about it. Shout out, I believe, Adam Jones. You're collecting Spiritomb. There he is right there. AB, the Pokemob Squad, coming in the chat. What's going on, brother? You're going to have a field day with those art rares, right? And there's so many Genghis. There is so many art rares in the set. And there are so many ghosts. There's a Cofagrigus art rare. I saw the Litwick Lantern Chandelure art rare line. The Lipard AR. Like the one from the new set? Is there a Lipard from the new set? Collecting the beautiful Spiritomb. That's what I thought. There's about a few. Yeah, Saturday night for us, Halion. Yep, Saturday night for Halion and Emmanuel. It'll be Saturday morning for us, and we're just trying to find that happy medium. It's tough being on different sides of the world. Every Pokemon gets at least an AR from the Unova Dex. At least that's what it looks like. And you know what? I don't doubt that either. And I think my only fear, and the one thing that I don't want to come to pass, is when I finally get my hands on some of the artwork and I realize that some of it was like computer generated. Sleeping in a tree, that sounds beautiful. I'm gonna have to take a real closer look at the set. Bro Rips was pulling it up not 2 days, it must have been last night, just pulling it up, going through the artwork, and man, there is a amazing Zekrom Reshiram. That Christmas Reshiram, I'm calling it, is definitely a chase for sure. After stream the other day, I fully intend to start an attempt to pronounce artist name stream idea. That's not a bad idea. My only caution there is, to your point on stream, you're like, I really hope I'm not offending anybody. It's because you really just want to be cautious of dialect and all that. But Halion is definitely a great help for me, and not even I say them all right. But you were doing really good, man. You were doing really good. Especially with Shibaringuru. You were doing real well. For Novadex is good, but many look generic. No effort into it, says Emmanuel. Kind of like it was like AR day, and they're like, alright. And they drew a baby card art and called it an AR, but they didn't really fill the space. That's an interesting observation, man. Yay! We do love Karadaso. I just think this one is hilarious. It's like his intestines are on full display. Look at my baby. See how you do that? You sound so clean when you say it, and I didn't always have to sound it that way. And sometimes you have to kind of breach into that realm of uncomfortable with how you say things, and maybe even say it with a Japanese like dialect or accent. And don't be afraid to do that, because that's the only way that we learn to grow. And Haley, and she'll put me through the ringer, and I'll always remember. And this is one for you as well. I'll find a card real quick. This is Neo Komura. Pikachu doing the Hakuna Matata log stroll.
Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata means no worry.
I gotta be careful with that. But this one right here, AB the Pokemob Squad, you did exactly what I did, and that's how Halion got a hold of me, because I used to call this guy Hayagonosuke. And she said, "What did you just say?" Copyright, that's why I had to stop. Hayagonosuke is how we would say it, and how like we might even hear it in Dragon Ball. Hayagonosuke. But she messages me later that night, and she goes, "I just wanted to let you know, like, this is my favorite artist." And it's actually pronounced Hyogonosuke. And I was like, "What? Hyoga?" And she goes, "Hang on, let me get my husband to say it so you know how a man says it." Damn, okay. And so her husband will say it over the phone, and then she'll say it in her tone, so I can get kind of the masculine feminine take on it. But this is pronounced Hyogonosuke. The more you know. Aww, right. She is super sweet. Halion is super sweet. Especially helping us all out, and being in Japan and still streaming at hours that work for all of us over here is a testament to her. And she's so fun with her streams and how she's doing. Hollow Hunters, the legends themselves, still chilling in the chat. And I'm just gonna fangirl one more time, like, Hollow Hunters in my chat? Oh my god. Johnny J. Is our Japanese blathers. Exactly. It's actually very wholesome, very wholesome. Indeed. Yoriyuki Ikegame. Yoriyuki Ikegame, more known for his amazing illustration rares in 151. He did the Bulba line. He did the Bulba line. AB, says PokéGirl Jessie, which super appreciate y'all being here too. Johnny Shave, been waiting to put a zip command in someone else's chat for so long. Jessie. Alright, getting back into... Now I'm just curious. So this is Tazero. Tazero did a majority of these. And I think it's just so odd that Rend would just do one of them. I can't tell which art style I like better. One looks more modernized, the other one looks more realistic. Either way, they're both gorgeous. Of course, these are from two different sets, so can't really compare, but... Rend has an SIR in BW black and white. In the new black and white stuff coming up. Because he's had, an SIR, that's going to be interesting. He's had plenty of SR. Like the Zeraora from, not Zeraora, Zeraora from Shrouded. The Chimeco. Seriously, Kev, you have such an amazing vibe. Love just hanging out here with... Oh, man, I appreciate that. And that's really all I ever try to produce, is a vibe that everybody can just come and chill. And we're in all kinds of streams all the time. And sometimes it's just go, 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 go. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just hard to kind of sit and chill and, breathe and decompress throughout the day, so... Falling asleep now, so gonna go into full lurk mode. Love and appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your stream. PokeCat, thank you so much for everything you do and all your hard work. You made it before your phone hit your face today, so awesome. But no, I hope you sleep well, fam, and of course, we'll talk tomorrow. So, knowing what we know now, Sonosuke Sukuma. And what a beautiful way to depict Dragonair with the moon. But definitely a night and day depiction from the art rare to this card for Dragonair. Get some rest, fam. Woke up from a 5-hour nap. Woke up wondering if I missed work or not. Oh, that's so funny. Has anybody ever slept an entire day before? I can remember having one of those little parties in high school, and we would pull those all-nighters and go to Denny's the next day and have breakfast, right? And then, of course, when everybody'd leave, it'd be like, I'm staying up all day, too. And I would be toast. And that happened once, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and it was only an hour had passed, and I got up, and he's like, oh, my dad's like, he lives. Like, what are you talking about? I just took a nap. He's like, yeah, 2 days ago. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you've been sleeping for a whole day. So I went to bed at like 8 p.m. on a Saturday, and I woke up at 8 p.m., like 9 p.m. on like Sunday night. And I was like, there's no way I slept the whole day away. The whole weekend just went away. And I think that was the scariest feeling, was actually losing a day. Almost did that today? No way. No way. And you just know, too, like, I'm not taking a nap, I'm not taking a nap, I'm not taking a nap, because if I do, I'm going to wake up, it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not going to be able to get back to bed. You got the Pincer Master Ball, or the Pokeball, by Yuya Oka. Longest I slept was like 14, 15 hours. After 10 hours, your body will feel exhausted. Anytime I sleep longer than 10 hours, it makes it harder for me to wake up. And that's true for anybody, AB. The more sleep that you do get, the more tired you do wake up in the morning. And I have a big suspicion that it has a lot to do with like a, kind of like a computer modem. Like, if you keep it running for too long, eventually you're going to have to shut it down or force restart it. And then the startup is going to take longer, the longer you keep it running. So that's my theory, my PokéGhost theory. And I'm the same way, but sadly, my limit is 6. 35 likes? Solid. Get out. Do comas count? Good question. No. In this context, solely because it's more of like a, but I don't know, man, because when I fall asleep for 24 hours and don't realize it, one could say it could be a coma. 2 days straight, surgical complications. Man, it's all about sleep cycles, and if you do REM sleep cycles for so long, it can mess you up a bit. It can. And I think it's kind of scary, in a sense, to think that if you stay up for too long without sleep, you'll start doing what are called micro-napping, where you will literally be asleep even though you're awake. And it's because your body needs sleep. That's the only time your brain grows is when you sleep. But if you sleep for too long, then things start happening also. So there's no in-between. But just make sure that y'all are averaging between, 4 to 8 hours a night, and you'll be alright. Coma's medical state, I don't think that counts. Yeah, I was thinking in this particular state it wouldn't count as far as like what's the longest that you've ever like went to sleep for versus that. But comas, man, just don't sound pleasant at all, and for obvious reasons. Ooh, it's Uta. I know Jesse was talking about Uta. Speaking of sleep, I should probably I was just talking about you. Coma's different, I think, because I don't know if someone is going through sleep cycles while in a coma, but I'm not a doctor, so someone will have to educate me on that. That is a really good point. Good night, y'all. And Uta, have a good night. PokéGhost, Jesse, appreciate you being here. Matty G, if you're still lurking around, man, and heading to bed too. I'm pretty sure you passed out already, though. I appreciate you both so much, and yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. Aw, Pokemon and flowers, like, they just don't want you to go now. Jigglypuff and his big blue eyes. Sayona Misaki. Maddie's long gone. That's quite alright. It's kind of the norm. He comes in, starts chatting it up. You come in, you both start chatting, then he falls asleep and you say goodnight. That's the theme. And I'm okay with it. I love being part of everybody's routine, just like all of you are very much a part of mine. And AB, that's a very good point. And honestly, I can't help but feel like, yeah, I think that your body would still go through your random sleep cycles. But honestly, to your other point, not only am I not a doctor, but I've never, experienced what it's like to be in a coma state, medical condition or otherwise. Put myself in plenty of food comas, but I don't think that's the same. So, but research, that's something I'd be curious enough to research. We got our amber, which they went ahead and stole right from Jurassic Park to get our Aerodactyl. Just grabbing his DNA out of the honey, out of the mosquito. Certain days I only sleep 4 or 5 hours, and I can tell I'm waking up in the middle of the last sleep cycle because I wake up and feel terrible. I fall asleep for 2 hours at work today. Don't tell my boss. Isn't your brain still active during coma? Not sure though. I think it is. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is a potential that you can lose brain function, and at that point it gets worse. But I love this card right here. And the reason I love this card is because this Execute trekked its way up this little hill, and you can see his little feet print. And he's sitting here enjoying the sunset. Well, this one is. This one looks like he's about to fall off. But I just think it's so funny. I can imagine this guy like going, well, the sun's going down, time to go to our favorite hill. And climbing up the hill, and like this is like his nightly routine. That's what I see. So, brilliant art, brilliant depiction. Shigenori Negishi. For the most part, depending on the reason for the coma and the level of degradation in the physical state. AB just writes paragraphs. I ain't reading all that, bro. I think that's why I read it out loud, so that if anybody, doesn't want to, they don't have to. I don't know why I sleeve this guy, even though they will all be sleeved eventually. The Stone Coconut Brothers themselves. AB, beautiful because it's simple, only a few colors and not distracting. Foreground is separate from the background. It certainly is. Just plops down. Ploop. Holla, you know what you're talking about. Yes, the foreground itself being only limited to one color, and there's a lot of colors in the background here. And to Emmanuel's point, it's not distracting at all. We're not losing anything, and we can still see every tree too, which is kind of cool. But absolutely, they might have just ate something. Maybe they had some chancy eggs and some parasect mushrooms and came and just chilled and watched the sunset. Yeah, I like that color play. I really do. That was funny. Invitation. If this was your guys' stream, I would have already made 10 more degen commands. Just wait till Friday. Erica's invitation. Spent so much time in the hospital that I kind of know a fair amount about the medical side of things. Curious minds and constantly asking questions to the doctors and nurses. That's me too. And I had a little faux pas. I can tell you this story as well. Story time. I don't know why I keep sleeving these cards that I don't need them yet. Literally no doubt, AB. You have given me zero reason to doubt what you are saying is false. So I was in high school. You gotta remember where I was going with this here. Just lurking, Kev. Just getting some work done. Stay well, chill. Yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all, fam. I appreciate you guys being here, even if it's just lurking. Even if it's just lurking. Doctors and nurses, that was it. And believe it or not, I lurk in your stream more times than I read. So, just so you know. So I was in high school, and it was time for homecoming. Sorry, it was time for coming home. It was called coming home. I don't know why it was coming home, and then homecoming was at the end. Whatever. So it was time for the football game. It was time for tailgating. It was time for early release at school. It was time to hang out with your friends. Did you see how I pulled me the bounty? No. That's incredible. Congratulations, man. That's incredible. I love that. And right outside the high school, there was a McDonald's not too far off, and we're like, yo, let's go get McDonald's, and then we'll come back to school for the football game. And so we did, and we went and got McDonald's, and now McDonald's, you could walk out, and you could go around to the front of the busy street, or there was an alley you could go down over here behind the centers and come out the street right there through the parking lot. Well, we're kids in high school, so we go down this alley, and what we didn't realize is it was all fenced off. So we got to the end, and there was just this all giant fence. And me, being a giant that I am, look up, and I calculate that it's not too far up. I can probably jump up, grab the fence, pull myself up, and be over this sucker in no time. Before I even looked at the situation, that's what I did. I jumped up, I grabbed the fence, and suddenly something didn't feel right. Suddenly, my hand was throbbing, something fierce. And I went, ah! And I looked down, and what had happened was, to save money on barbed wire, they don't round the chain links at the top of the fence. They keep those suckers pointed straight up. And I didn't notice that because it was pretty high. Couldn't see it. So I jumped up, grabbed the palm, and that thing went right in. Ripped right out. Ripped my whole hand open, actually. Yo. The Latias from Paradise Dragona was right after the hollow gave me surging sparks. But yo, it's wild. Ouch. Yeah, ouch. It hurt. And I was like, kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I don't want to get graphic or anything, but I could see more of what was inside than I cared to. So I'll just say it that way. Got a good story to tell everyone, indeed, and it's not over yet. So what do? Well, you'd think the smart thing would dictate, go tell Dad. Dad takes me to the hospital, gets me put back together, right? Wrong. So I go home and I'm like, but Dad, the football game is happening right now, and tailgating, and it's homecoming. He said, all right, well, let me run it under some water, and we'll make an assessment. And I'm just looking at this thing, and we both damn well know that something needs to happen with it. And so he does that. He puts gauze over it. He takes an ace bandage, and he wraps my hand up, and I say, okay, I'm going to the football game. And we go to the football game, and we do this, we do that. We go home at the end of a long night. I'm tired, and he's like, how's your hand? I'm like, it's fine. I can't even feel it. And I go and I pass out. And I wake up the next day, and my dad is already sitting on my bed, looking tired as all get out. And he's got my hand in his lap, and he's looking at it. And he's like, son, we need to go to the hospital. All I could imagine is that he's been sitting there longer than just that, like waiting for me to wake up and making sure I didn't roll over on it or anything. Oh, it's going to be a great story, an inside joke to the end of time, great story, perseverance, and karma. It was a fun experience that day. I've jumped over way too many fences with barbed wire, get stuck with it, and I'll just rip you apart. It will. So I said, okay, let's go. And we went to the hospital, and they were like, okay, what happened? And I told them, and they were like, all right, well, let's go ahead and stitch it up. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, oh, it might have been too long. So, word to the wise that if you get split open and you're going to need stitches, you need to do it as soon as possible, because there is a thing as waiting too long to stitch it up. Think it's easy to jump and avoid the wire? Nope, no, not even a little bit. Nurse was like, let's take that hand off. Exactly. And they're like, well, you might have to lose it. Ha ha ha, we're just kidding. So what they did was like, so when did this happen? I said, probably over 24 hours. And they're like, why did you wait? And blah, 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 blah. So they pull me into the room, and here's where the funny thing comes in, because this is why you should never assume anything, especially in today's world, because we often associate genders with roles and occupations. Don't do this. Just because there's a female does not mean she's a nurse. And I know this because they came in and they started pumping me full of painkillers. And I started getting a little bit loopy. And he said, okay. Yeah, I had a game to watch. I had a football game to watch. You know, girlfriend, you know. Do it while the adrenaline is pumping. It'll hurt a lot. Like, yeah, adrenaline rush, exactly. And so what happened was they pulled me into a little room. And this dude comes in. He's like, all right, let me see your hand. So we're gonna stab you with this. And he pulls out this giant hypodermic. And he's like, it's just, you know, Novocaine, essentially. We're gonna numb your hand before we stitch it up. But it's gonna hurt. And I said, whatever, doctor, just do it. And he was like, I'm the nurse. And I said, I'm so sorry, nurse. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. And then in walks the doctor, nice young lady. And she was like, all right, well, the nurse is all done with your hand. Let me see your hand here and we'll start the stitches. And I said, thank you, nurse. And she goes, oh no, I'm the doctor. And I was like, I am so bad at this. And I was just like almost crying. I'm like, I didn't mean to offend anybody. And I was just so loopy from everything they put in me, waiting for my hand to numb up. And I can remember that pain. That pain, I will always remember that needle going into this open wound on my hand. Believe it or not, you can guess all day. They only put 3 stitches in this thing. They're like, we can only get 3 in. And now I forever have the question why on my hand. Why did you do that without looking? So that's my constant reminder. Why look before you leap? Always look. That just wasn't not my day at all. When we were young, we are stupid, but we realize it's only when we're old. Started off with tragedy, but ended against comical. Exactly. So that was the story. And then, of course, it came time to remove the stitches, and we went back. The one thing that I'll remember about the stitches removal is that it tickled. It tickled when they took them out. I don't know why. It tickled as they were pulling them. Hey, look, it's a wild Kev the PokéGhost. What's up, Nikki Nocturne? How are you doing tonight, fam? Look what we got today for Saturday. We got the Korean heat wave in. It's got the illustration cards in it as well. I'm kind of happy about that. But we got it. We got it, as well as everybody. Go check out Nikki Nocturne if you are a big fan of not just Pokemon, but if you are a big fan of wrestling and Dragon Ball Z as well. You are gonna do nothing but thoroughly enjoy her stream. She's been doing this really neat thing, as if anybody is familiar with wrestling. This was done by Neo Kimura, by the way. Beautiful nighttime Raichu. WWE does one event per month where they do a premium live event. And they stream that on Peacock. And Nikki and I, we do watch these, and we decided, why not we watch them together? Why don't we do it on stream? So she actually streams, and we watch it. We watch it live. You can join the stream. You can pull it up on Peacock. We're all watching it together and just hanging out, talking, which is great for a lot of us, because I don't know many people around me that will come and watch wrestling with me. So to have your space there is incredible, Nikki, and I love what you do. I cannot wait for Money in the Bank either. Remember one night installing a barbed wire fence, once we finished it, saw this kid try to jump the fence and effed his hand up real bad. Oh man, I couldn't imagine just putting in a fence and then somebody comes and messes it up. Like literally, like I wouldn't even replace the barbed wire. I would leave whatever he left there as a warning to anybody else that tries to climb that sucker. And that's just the honest truth. Yo, this is kind of cool. But yes, Money in the Bank, I believe, is Saturday. So that is another Saturday that we have. So honestly, how that's going to go for me is Halien's going to be streaming super early on Saturday morning. We're going to be there, and then Saturday afternoon, Nikki's going to go live, and we're going to be there, and then once that's all done, I'm going to go live, and, well, I'm going to be here. So Saturday is fixing to be a little bit busy. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. Climbing over fences in general is dangerous and stupid. Especially because you gotta realize, like, why is the fence there? Nisimono. Especially if there's a gate. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Ryan Tran. I agree with you. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it. I will do it and still say, this is dangerous and stupid. Because I'm old and I can't climb fences like I used to, and if I hit the ground, it's gonna be a lot worse for me than if I was 7 and hit the ground. So, but just the other day, that happened to me. I had to make a choice. And the choice was this. There's a gate to get into my apartment complex when you're walking in. And so you have to open the gate. And I didn't have my key. Which is fine. They used to lock from both sides. And I'm like, it's weird if I forget my key that I'm locked in my apartment complex. It makes me feel like they don't want me getting out. But they fixed that, but I couldn't get back in, and I was like, you know what, it's just a one quick two, I could probably jump and clear it, actually, you know, thinking like a stupid man. And I was just about to hoist myself over this fence, and I'm like, you know what, the office is still open, I'm just gonna walk through the office, I'm not gonna try and climb the fence. Last resort type deal, exactly. Exactly. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul is going to be dope. Who do you got? Do you think Jay and Cody are going to take it? Yeah, the streamer. He joined WWE not too long ago, Emmanuel. They made him champion immediately. And then I don't know if everybody remembers the boxing Olympics controversy that happened in the female boxing division. He made a comment on that was very uneducated. And right after that, he backed it up. You know, he said, I'm so sorry, let this be a lesson, do your research before you start accusing people. But at that point, the company was like, I'm sorry, you know, we got to take the title, we got to do this. You have to just be totally fine. He's that strong, honestly. And he's, I hate to say it, and Nikki knows I hate to say it, but he's really good in the ring. Like, his technical ability and how serious he takes the company and foundation that is wrestling is almost impressive, considering he was that snot-nosed little kid in a camera in Japan. Hollow plot twist. It was Shay. Wee, wee. I want Penta to hopefully get the briefcase. Penta would be a great option for the briefcase. They gotta take it. Cody finally back. Yep, exactly. Yeah, he works super hard, but yeah, he's a dingleberry. He does work super hard, but yeah, even his character is like, oh my god, I can't stand this guy. Get him off my TV. And my dad's like, oh, so he's doing it really well. Now, while he is a heel, it's his job to make us hate him and give him heat, and he does it really well. So it's Cody and Jay versus Logan, and you can't see me, John Cena. You can't see John Cena anyway. That's true, and I don't know if you know, Emmanuel, but John Cena just turned heel. So he's been running his heel game for the first time in 25 years. Another Shigenori Negishi. Hold up, yo. Let's have some story continuation here, shall we? I don't know why I feel like this one should have been at day and this one should have been chilling at night. Wait, that's the same location, right? Best person you want to just punch in the face, Logan Paul. I didn't retire, no. This is his last year in WWE, so he's doing his farewell tour. As the sun rises, he evolves. Ah, So you're saying the sun is rising, not setting. That's interesting. As the sunrise, he evolves. I like it. So he's sitting here. Oh, well, maybe he evolves and then he climbed up the hill and sat down. But I was going to say, he climbed up the hill as an execute. But man, Shigeniri, awesome artwork and depiction. This is definitely a connecting artwork. I could see it like this. But I think it's the exact same hill. That's super cool. I like that. Because the young and bad eggs do their tomfooleries at night. I like it. Yeah, it is his last year, and I think that he's going to turn face at the last second, lose the belt, and be done. I haven't been watching, though, so if he's already lost it, don't tell me. I have to catch up still. This reminds me of a book cover of Goosebumps, and it was called The Beast from the East, and it was this beast chilling in a tree looking out to the sun. Young ones are always up at night, always. Creeps come out at night. This is Mina no Kai. And again, very subtle coloring, and I do love the gentle, like the white hatching. Very, very cool way to do it. King Kong. Okay, Skull Island looking. Yeah, the sun rises and he grew up. I like that. I like that, Emmanuel. That's a really good theory. I think we're going to go with that one. And here we go. I love the colors of this Primeape card so much. But that's another good depiction. Sunsets. And he grew up. This is backwards though, so. Same guy, Mina no Kai. Yep. And you can tell too. Also, I think it would be cool if I had a way that I could swap these background colors, because I think they would be interchangeable. Like, no problem. Put the moon over here. Yeah, I like that. Alright, Hypno has kind of been a staple of tonight. So here's Hypno looking real shady. Oh my god. I can't do it because I've got zero room to do it, but I can just, like, why is he running like Jack Sparrow? There's gotta be kids awake somewhere. Had a red moon for Primeape evaluate. Yes, the Primeape's evolution. I agree. Speaking of Primeape's evolution, I know this is from the Rocket Gang, but look at how, like, this is a tattoo-worthy art of Annihilate. Yes, I would get that tattooed on me, no problem. He is sneaking. He might be tiptoeing. I think it's that second hand that's up that makes it seem very Scooby-Doo. And that better be his house that he's looking inside. That's all I gotta say. Who is this? Mausho. Maushu. Still not taking it away that it's a gorgeous artwork. Very, very sneaky. I feel you are underestimating my sneakiness, sir. We've got the Marowak, complete with just this gnarly print line. What's up with all these hollow print lines? You guys see that print line? And there's one right there, there's one right there. Man, all the way down. Ting, 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 ting. And something was happening with their hollow printer on this one. Looks like Vulture from Spider-Man. Dude. Okay, you're not wrong. Like the original Vulture from the comic books. Yeah, you're not wrong. He's also got maybe like Gargamel. You're not wrong. That's so funny. I'm assuming you didn't mean Michael Keaton, who was the Vulture in the movie. Man, we'll just call this Printline Marowak. But I do love the red background here. And I love the rocks floating. I don't feel like he's doing anything. I feel like it might just be his energy, like aura. Kind of like Goku does when he powers up. He makes the rocks float. Or maybe somebody's whipping rocks at him. Shinya Komatsu. It's like Marowak is in space. I thought the same thing, like he was on an asteroid or something. We're gonna go with that one. I wasn't gonna say it, but now I'm gonna say it. In fact, if it wasn't for this shrubbery right here, it would make total sense. So we'll just hide that behind here. We'll just do this. Oh yeah, he's totally on the red planet. I can't believe we thought the same thing. That's funny. Well, I can, but I didn't think anybody would think the space thing. Beautiful Toad School. Wow, see what it's done to me? Tentacool. What is that? Eyelash. Miki Kudo. It was very similar. It almost looks like cut out, like, construction paper almost. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, time to get back to derp. Derp. Let's see, he's clearly down in a sewer. Anybody else see the Pokeball down here? Who's throwing Pokeballs in the sewer? Unless that's his Pokeball. I reckon that could be. What's over there? Is that just trash? Yeah, it's just trash. But man, he looks derpy as all get out. Super happy. Nosoto Niso. Maybe he's happy he got out of there. I finally made it out of that sludge. Can't imagine that. Oh, it's a Voltorb. I guess it could be a Voltorb. That's even more grotesque, man. That's what you get. Or maybe he just won that battle and that's Voltorb fainted back there. Hey man, if he would have just zapped me, I would have been goner. Or just broken Pokeball trash. It could be. Maybe there's a potion inside of it. One of those Pokeballs. You used to be able to put your bike in a Pokeball in your backpack in the games. Yeah, Machoke. Or Machop for those that know their Pokemon really well. This is Ryuto. Ryuto. Fuse. Or Fuse. I say Fuse. Machop. Flexin'. I always thought it weird that Machop's arms were almost as long as its like body and legs. Like it always looked very top heavy. And I understand why with his evolutions, but they all look very proportionate. Until you get to Machamp and realize that he's got 4 of the beasts. But we got the Cloyster by Nel. Looking wicked. Definitely has a very familiar face and grin. Wonder if that's what he looks like inside Shelter too. We got Daisy. Wish my house was that clean. Back to the Pokeballs. Oh my god, Ghastly on shell. Oh, Ghastly in a shell. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. There we go. Pokeball Licky Tongue, which I definitely have. So what we'll do is I'll just put this off to the side here and give this one away. We have one of the greatest artworks of Mewtwo that has been out there, and I'm confident in that. This was done by Ikura Igawa, and shout out Nikki Nocturne if you're still hanging in the back there. I know Ikura Igawa is an artist that you typically fancy, and this is a very good example as to the why. And I am a firm believer that anytime Akira Igawa touches a piece of paper, it needs to be put on an art rare or better. Because just limiting her to this small little box is just, it's almost blasphemy. So, thank you, Akira Igawa. We appreciate you for your artwork. Of course, more commonly known of illustrating the gold cards from Crown Zenith. Akira Igawa. Mewtwo Shattered Dimensions. There's the Krabby. I wish I still had the Kingler. I didn't know this was done by Yukio Baba as well. I feel like there's a lot of artworks that connect. You still need that Mewtwo for sure. Yeah, I think that's the first one I got, honestly. We'll have to look out for Kingler, because I think those are another artworks that are going to connect. Got the Pikachu. New Kamor. This gorgeous Pidgey. Like, this is artwork. Wow, that was Walukato. How's your night going, Zach? Still got 10 of y'all in here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And chilling, coming up with theories are always fun. Love the Omastar and Omanite from this set, because they're both depicted in very much the same way by Akira Komeyama. And it's very head-on, very symmetrical. He kind of looks important, doesn't he? Like, that's an important Omanite. Ah, good old Bill, still kicking it. Bill's transfer. Got the Pokeball Sandshrew, or Sandslash, excuse me. That's by Kodama as well. And the Gyarados Hollow by Cookie Saitu. Yeah, they really did. They did really great artwork in the set of 151. And I don't know if saying what I'm about to say next can be seen or taken as greedy or selfish in any way. But I feel like a lot of the art rares that got art rares probably didn't need art rares, and some cards that didn't get art rares probably did need them. And Gyarados is one that comes to mind. Good, got one of the gold cards from Crown Zenith earlier. Excellent. That Omanite was one of the inspirations for my future underwater collection. Excellent. I love that. That's an inspirational Omanite for sure. For sure. I'm looking for that. We're coming to the end of our little stack here. We only have a few more to go, y'all. Then I think I want to try something. I don't know what yet, though. Gyarados has some cool half arts. I agree. They do. Alright, let's speed it up just a little bit, because we have seen a lot of these arts already tonight. There's the Goldeen. Man, that's gorgeous. That was also C.A. Narahara. Wow. And you can totally tell. Just that very whimsical, like, picture book-esque. Yeah, I like it. I like that. The Rhyhorn. Charging. It doesn't even really know where its territory ends. In fact, when it stops, where it ended will just become its new home. At least I think. The Fearow, the long-forgotten Fearow Spearow boys. This is Fearow's first card in a very long time. And they did my boy dirty. They broke his neck, they made him a little chunky, and they put him at a weird angle. And Fearow's first card was, again, one of my favorites. Just the speed introduced in the background, like everything was just spot on. But, not bad, just not great. Cycling Road. Coughing, looking so happy. This looks like it's Shibuya. And yes, that is toxic gas that can hurt you. And he just goes around spewing it everywhere. Happy as a cloud. The Ratatatatata. Sao. Of course, I suppose I can start adding that Sao more familiarly. Did the Noibat from Journey together. Battle partners. The Noibat Sao. Sao Noibat. Sao also did this. And there are a lot of ghosts in this card. But gorgeous, gorgeous. Yukamori getting a shout out here in 151. Cycling Road. Cycling Road. That was always like the halfway point for me. When I got to Cycling Road, I knew I was about halfway. Matt Gooch summoning the War Turtles. Kentaro. I know I featured this one before. Ooh, Graveler. Open rocks. This looks like Ayakusube. Uta. Of course it's Uta. Articuno Pokeball, which was probably one of my favorites, by Chibi. Just gorgeous all around. The Moltres right behind it, regular hollow. That's how you do it. Pokeball, the Moltres. Dang, right behind that, got the Kakuna Pokeball, so I got that beautiful artwork in a reverse Pokeball. Look at that crosshair print line. Bam, bam. And got a print line up top too, another one. Bam, bam. What is going on, man? That's terrible. Bang, bang. This gorgeous Starmie. This looks like the same guy that did that Ditto. Ooh. Alright. Kiriko. Not bad. What's up, Zach? Chillin'. It's kind of how he very much, Mitsuhiro Arita. Very much how he chills in the game. You can't get close to him, he will teleport. So you gotta catch him off guard, and that's super hard to do. But you can do it. Back to 0. Gorgeous. Right. Abra, very reminiscent to the first art. I thought the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Him sitting in front of the rock. Got the fossil. Yo. No Kaisai 2. That's brilliant. Mog. It's probably his face when he saw the first Grimer and his derpy self. Masato Niso. Got the Pokeball Dugong. Let's see. Bam, bam. Print line. Bam, bam. Double print line. I think that's what I don't like about these reverse hollows, is just the print line pronedness. One of my inadvertent favorites, Vileplume by Sakil. There's so many incredible arts, especially the Diamond and Pearl era sets. I agree. Looks like Quality Check is weak in English. It is weak in English, but this is Japanese. And Japanese in this case, yeah. Yeah, I've never... but then again, not many Japanese sets have the, well, that's kind of weird because now they do, but have the Pokeballs, or reverse hollows to the point where it shines so great and you can really see them. Oh man, look at this. Look at this little guy just chilling on his back. Okachiki. He's trying to evolve, waiting for a shelter to lunge onto his tail. Okachiki. Okachiki. Not Ochikiki. Swap that. Take out one of the keys. Ochiki. I'm starting to like their art. I agree, 100%. And they have a lot of it out there too. Okachiki. Yep, that's it. Another Sakio. Aw, little oddish potting himself. Plant bulb. And there's Spearow. Definitely not my favorite art, but I'm glad that he got a card. I feel like they could have made his tail feathers look a little bit more threatening, but still happy to see him on a card. Yeah, it was Jemmy. No way. Jemmy is better known for doing the Poliwhirl from the same set. The Poliwhirl illustration round was also done by Jemmy. Especially the water starters, IR from the Unova sets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hands down. Seriously consider doing a master set of Gen 4 era set when I go to Collect Fest Sydney in August, but I'm not sure which set to do. You said Gen 4 era set. That's pretty early. What sets are involved? Yukamori, Magneton. I didn't know she did the Magneton too. That's so cool. What is Gen 4? Sinnoh? Or no, it's Unova. Yeah, I think it's Unova. I could be wrong though. Okay, so these birds got depicted perfectly. Sinnoh. I should have went with my first gut. Unova is 5, Sinnoh is 4. Unova is 5, yeah. Sinnoh is 4. Hoenn is 3. Johto is 2. Kanto is 1. 40 likes, excellent. But of course, we can't forget the Alola region, my favorite region. Why is that my favorite region? Because I'm pretty sure that's when Mimikyu came. Gen 6. Zombie Mushroom. You are Yuki Kigame. Alolan Ninetales is definitely, it's a Ninetales, that's for sure. That's a good one. I like it. Alola has Rockruff. Indeed. And Lycanroc is one of my favorites. If I had to guess Rika, but no, it's Tyrakitsu. Interesting way to draw that Pokemon. Yikes. Got the Sandslash regular. Ooh. It's like dead center. All of them have the same print lines. I bet you it was all on the same machine. Hey, it had an EX that wasn't sleeved. I think that we just forgot that one. Like we might have went, oh, cool. And then the Wheezing. Shabuzo also did the Wheezing. Man, look at the smoke color. I love the green accent on the purple. This was my first ever Pokemon main series game I played on Nintendo console. Excellent. Played on a Nintendo console. I get you, I get you. I would say I took a lot of have used emulators before that. I got you. And I will say that I took a long break away from the Pokemon games, just simply because keeping up with the new systems to play the new games was always a little tough. But emulators I definitely got into, and it was just to simply replay the not black and white, but red and green. Because they did Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I was like, man, looks just like Emerald, but it's Fire Red, and I love it. And yeah, I played those games into the ground, and kind of how I found the love that Emerald is actually one of my favorite games. That's when I started earning, so I bought the console and the game, both used copies. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Big Wiggly Tough. I don't know how we missed that one. And that's why we go through it all. Magmar. Toshiano Akai. Oddish. Ooh, Voltorb with that green shock by Nagimisu. I'm fairly certain I've seen this artwork just recently used in a set too. It might have been Prismatic. Maybe it was in Paldean Fates. I forget, but I know this art's in another set. Hey, got the Doug trio. Miki Tanaka. Miki Tanaka is actually most famous for doing the original Slowpoke from base set or Fossil. Some of those cards each actually have a rare within the illustrator's name because it's spelled differently. Gen 4 sets are Diamond and Pearl, Mysterious Treasures, Secret Wonders, Great Encounters, Majestic Dawn, Legends Awakened, Stormfront Platinum, Rising Rivals, Supreme Victors, Arceus, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So I would say that Legends Awakened, Mysterious Treasures, Majestic Dawn, Rising Rivals is great, but I'll say Stormfront would probably be the 4 from that list. There it is. Undaunted, Triumphant, Unleashed, and Call of Legends are a little bit out of my price range personally, but if you can get those, Unleashed, Undaunted, Triumphant, and Call of Legends, it was its own era, man. If you go under Call of Legends era, it's just that set, the Call of Legends. Beautiful Victory Bell. Jerky, of course. And I love that almost every artist was portrayed in 151. Aw, Psyduck. And Flowers. Another Tira Aikitsu. So I suppose that, and I don't know if Halian is watching anymore, she said she had a worker meeting. But we've always kind of noticed, like, why didn't the same artist draw the same card for the basic and the evolve form? And that's always a good question. And I think they did that in 151 because Shibuzo did both Coughing and Wheezing. So yeah, I'm really liking how they did this set. Sanosuke Sukuma. So yeah, they did the Dragonair and the Dragonite. So yeah, I think that's actually great. I love that. Yep, I absolutely love that. Oh, yo, that's sick. Ghidorah. Shout out Team Missions. This is his favorite artist, Ghidorah. Most commonly, he did the Ethan's Typhlosion from Heatwave, and maybe we'll pull that on Saturday. That would be cool. Shout out El Deadpool fan, Snorlax, and shout out Haley, and I'm fairly certain this is Hyoganosuke. Sleepy Snorlax, Licky Tongue, gross. Aww, no Sandshrew by Kodama. I'm gonna need to get a binder specifically for the 151 Japanese. Just with all the reverse hollows and master balls and pokeballs. It's gonna be a big binder. Why do I feel like he's in a stew? But he looks like he's in that same sewer that the other birds were chilling in. And are they just being funny, or is that an actual, like, tomato? KG 2000. Call Legend with the shiny legendaries would break the bank. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, some of those older sets, like I have a lot of cards displayed from that sets. Like this, you can't see it behind my face, of course, but this Yuxi Level X, this is from Legends Awaken. Oh man, is that the time? My dog's gonna hate me. There's the Rhydon, to Lori's earlier point. This was the first Pokemon ever created, was Rhydon. Igo-san, not this card, but the Pokemon itself. Got the Pokeball. Got our double print line, yep, boom boom. Pokeball Yukimori Magneton. Not mad about it. Kind of leaning towards other Legends Awakened or Arceus. Yeah, Arceus would not be a bad one either. What's up, bro? How you doing, fam? We had a lot of mail to get through. And of course, I don't know how long you've been around, but this has been our centerpiece. So shout out Stormy and the awesome Shredder Gang card that we made. Hope you're doing well tonight, bro. I was actually just looking at the time, and I actually did something very smart today by not being very stupid. And I know that's a little bit hard to kind of wrap around. I really wish they would depict all Clefairy at night. I mean, granted, she's cute. I like the flowers, the branch, the tree, but it really is the nighttime moon Pokemon, and I feel like it should just be depicted at night, so. I love seeing it. Stormy for the win, indeed. Grinding away at work still, but wanted to work while I was wrapping up. No worries at all, man. I appreciate you lurking, and I hope work went well, man. Sorry you're finishing up so late. Just all the different Arceus cards will be a little difficult to get. Someone you should talk to about that, if you're curious, unless it's a challenge to do it specifically at that con. ALB has a lot of those Arceus cards, or I've seen a lot of those Arceus cards come through ALB. I named my motorcycle Rhydon as a pun on Rhydon, and he is the same color Rhydon. I love that. That's so funny, Emmanuel. That's so funny. Got the Squirtle jumping into the ocean. We saw Wartortle running into the ocean, of course. I'm curious to see the Blastoise little card to see if it's in that same sunset, because I believe these all connect. This is by Kentaro. Not to be confused with Kodama. Ooh, Poliwrath. And maybe not. Maybe I'm just looking way too far into it. But it almost looks like it's raining here too, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like it's raining on him? So he could be in the same scene as the Poliwhirl looking down at the puddle. Or maybe he evolved into Poliwrath after looking at that puddle for a while. I want to see how much I can get at the event. Okay, that's a good challenge. Ooh, Venomoth, nice. Nice. Can't believe we didn't find another Kingler. I'm gonna have to find that Kingler real quick. That's a moon, I'm calling it. Kogamaru Amino. And the last couple of Pokeball Master, or the Pokeball Hollows. We have the Kabuto, and then the regular Hollow Flareon. So, wonderful. Again, super appreciate you, bro, not just only for the, sending the care and package so nicely, but huge shout out to Old and Gray for sponsoring that giveaway. It was a fun day. It was highly unexpected, and I ended with a lot of my chase cards that day, just from this set alone. So, certainly appreciate it. As you're just kind of lurking in here, we'll just run through and I actually found an EX that we missed too. Wigglytuff EX that was chilling in the bulk stack. Here's the Squirtle. If I can't complete the set at the event, I'll reach out to the community and see what I can get from everyone. Excellent. OMG, the GOAT, absolutely. Old and Gray is certainly the GOAT. Always sponsoring giveaways and watching us fight amongst each other and Heart Attack and all that. Honestly, Shredder Gang wouldn't be the same without him. Now this beautiful Rika Dragonair, which has been a chase for a long time, of course. Being the art guy, anything art rare is kind of right up my alley. The Psyduck. As you know, we did pull this in English also. But Psyduck, wonderful card. This one was done by Whisker. Whisker has done another card that we're all very familiar with, and that's the Persian illustration rare from Shrouded Fable. It was also done by the same artist. Daisy came to heal my back. She's like, "Oh, Kev, did you cough again? Don't you know you're not supposed to do that at your age?" The Master Ball, Dodrio. Complete with... Oh. Hey. I don't think... Oh. I don't think there's any print lines on it. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then, of course, those error Pokeballs that we found. And something interesting I noticed about these ones, bro, is I was looking at them up close, and when I bent them down, it's like there's a print line right under that second graphic. It's almost like you can see where that hollow sheet ended. These were probably on the exact same sheet, right next to each other. So, super cool. I think we even found some more in another box that we were opening that day. But these are super neat to have. Little hollow error. The Master Ball. All the Pokeballs that we got. Ghost. What's up, Boyd? Or actually, I was just looking at the time. I was going to tell the story real quick of how I thought of doing something incredibly stupid, decided against it today, and I think I'm better for it, but it's still something I have to do tonight. So I had to go to the store today, and I did work all day, and I got off relatively on time, and I was like, all right, time to head to the store. And I grabbed my ice packs, and I grabbed my put them in my pockets, and I had my headband on, and what I do is I run my headband underwater, and then I put it in the freezer for 10 minutes, and then I wrap that frozen rag around my head, and I go. So I had this thing around my head. I walked outside, man, that sunlight hit me, and I was like, no, can't do it. And the reason being is because every time I'm like, I can do it, and it's only a solid 30 minutes of walking, y'all, so I can probably make it there and back in 30 minutes. But walking in the direct Phoenix, Arizona sunlight with no wind, it quite literally cooks you. And ice is more buoyant. That's a struggle. And going there probably would have been fine, but then I know, like, coming back in cold water. No. Well, it's kind of like I run it under cold water, and then I put it in the freezer, and it kind of gets, like, icy. But then as it dries, it, like, starts to drip down. It feels kind of nice. But I decided against it. I was like, you know what? The sun will be gone after the stream, and so I'll just go to the store after the stream. And between you and me, I was gonna end an hour ago. But I always have so much fun with you guys, and it would be weird if I went anything less than 3 hours. So. Freezing cold here. Yeah, that's true. I'd have been dead in 15-20 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like, and then you can really just feel yourself cooking. And I did it once not too long ago, Boyd. I went to a store. This one's about 2 miles all together, so a mile there and back. And again, went there, felt okay, and on my way back, I had water with me and everything, but there was like a good 12 hours there where I was just exhausted, sleeping. I felt sick, almost threw up, and I was like, just from the sun, just from walking in it for 2 seconds. And yeah, that's exactly it. And I've cooked myself many times living here, and you'd think I'd learn my lesson, but no. Sweet. Well, what we're going to do here is I'm going to get some things all set up and planned, y'all, because I do know that I have a lot of binders that I haven't gone through that have a lot of my duplicates that typically belong in my trade binder. And I do have a trade binder, but what I am currently working on, as you all know, is I kind of have this hit box that I'm working with here. And this hit box kind of has everything that you would imagine that it would have, and then some. So essentially it's got a lot of EXs. I threw a Shadowless Ponyta in there. Do have a lot of that. I got a gold card, threw the cape in there. More EXs, got the Mudbray illustration rare from Scarlet, got some Ace Specs, got the Rayquaza from Crown Zenith. Cian Sky promo, but it's not quite the promo. But got the Rayquaza in there, more Ace Spec, and now the Licky Tongue Pokeball. So 3 hours at least, that's what she never said in her entire marriage. Oh, wrong stack. Wrong stack. That was funny. So that's currently the state of my hitbox, but what I do have is I have a bunch of things like that, and every binder I have, any doubles I had of anything worth it, I threw in the back, and I want to try and get all of these kind of wrangled up and put in here by Saturday, actually, because what I wanted to do, I got to put a trade binder together. Last binder was Shrouded Master, video tomorrow, excellent, and next binder, and ordered it in the mail, 151, which is like 6 cards. I'm mastering it aside from the promos, excellent, congratulations on that, man, for real. So what I would like to do, if I could, we're gonna end it here pretty soon. I have to take my dog out first, and then I have to run to the store and want to make sure that I can get back in time to sleep at a decent hour for work tomorrow. But after tomorrow, I will be 100% free from my 9 to 5 for the next 9 days, and so I'm really excited to do that, spend a little bit of that time with y'all, and go from there. Stamp promo from the Pokemon Center ETB coming in tomorrow in the mail, so my master set will now be a master set. Congratulations, Boyd, that's awesome. I love that. I love that for you. The stamp promo from the Pokemon Center ETB. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Peturant, isn't it? Yeah, that's a gorgeous Peturant. So let me try this real quick, y'all, and honestly I don't know if I have anything quite readily available to give away or what you would want to give away, but what I wanted to do was try this, because I found my little giveaway options here, and what I wanted to do was I just wanted to start it, and I want to see what happens. So I'm gonna hit it, and we're gonna see what happens. So can we test that out? Wow, it worked. Go ahead and exclamation raffle. I just want to see what happens. Appreciate that, boy. Got boys in there. There's Lori. The one you're thinking of was the 3-pack blisters. Excellent, thank you. Bro Rips, excellent, thank you. Okay, I can see y'all. But then when it comes to, I guess I would have to close it. Oh, I guess there's a timer on there. I guess it'll close automatically. I might have to fix that one. JB's got you in there. Excellent. And this is just a test, y'all, because I found out how to do giveaways directly from my phone Streamlabs. So I just wanted to try and test it out here and see what happens when the timer ends. Oh, the timer's going up, so this isn't gonna end. Entries. Winners. You have not picked a winner. Pick winner, but it's grayed out. Winner status. Entries. Cool. Got 5 of y'all in there. This is really cool. This is really cool. And then it keeps putting the command in there. That's cool. It was a dark base set for my favorite part of the DLC of the game. No one wanted it, and it was everywhere cheap. And I'm with you on that one, Boyd. I absolutely loved the DLCs of Scarlet and Violet. The Land of Kitakami was probably one of the coolest stories ever. And the whole Petrarant and the Loyal 3, just yeah. Alright. Cool. Cool. So now I know how to do that. So let me go ahead and see if it will pick a winner. All Poison stuff, Poison Dark, favorite part of the DLC, unpopular. They made this set with me in mind. Had insane pull luck. I had great luck with this set too, Lloyd. Another person that I'd say that the luck was kind of there and not was Mr. Skang. He was trying to pull Shrouded Fable, and he was trying to pull it all, but man, I've seen him pull some amazing things or nothing at all. One of the two. Excellent. Thanks for that. See Zach getting in there. Cool, and honestly, just an announcement, this is only a test. I'm going to run this, pick a winner, see what happens. If y'all want to pick something, you absolutely can. If you are just happy with helping me run the test for Saturday, that's just okay too. Arona Arts, what's up? How are you doing tonight? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. We're just running a little test on giveaways here to see if I can run them going forward, because it would be a lot easier to pick out of this thing here than it would be to pick and choose out of the crowd. 2 random packs from a friend on a live. Got the Pheasantipity SIR in 1 pack and the A-Spec and Full Art Trainer in the... Oh, dang. I'm pretty good, just chilling at work. Excellent. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I hope work's going well for you tonight. Arona Arts. Well, I bought the entire night. I love when stuff happens that way. Alright, let's see what happens when I hit this button. Is it going to pick a winner? It's not going to pick a winner. Why didn't it pick a winner? Do I have to close it? Let's see. Active. Got the entries. Profile. Entries, winners. Got spares, missed the trade. Work is meh, ready for the weekend. I'm right there with you, man. I got all next week off, so I'm just ready for it. So I'm trying to pick a winner here, and it's just not working for me the way that I thought it was going to pick a winner. Open less than 100 packs, that's great. Okay, got that. Custom, view active giveaway. Well, it seems I'm gonna have to yeah, because it's not pretty much letting me like end the giveaway. So this is exactly why I wanted to do the test, so I could figure out what I'd need to do to fix it by Saturday. Oh, there we go. I guess it has to be going for a certain time. Who won? Bro! Bro won! Congratulations, bro. You won the first raffle. That's probably close raffle. You can. Okay, so you closed it. Thank you. Thanks, Boo. Woohoo! It worked. It did work. You closed it manually. I need to know how to close it manually on my side too, but that's good to know that my mods can close it. I am invincible. You are invincible, bro. Absolutely. And I'm glad that it... Oh, cool. I can see it all in here. That's amazing. And then if I do this, is it going to remove you? I removed you, so... Well, little did you know, I'm actually working on something right now for you, as well as Trainer Maddie. I'm going to have a few things in there, too, so... We'll call that one the win. Unless you want to... Yep, now close the raffle. Raffle should be closed now. Let me see if it's saying that it's still open. Oh, it is saying that it's still open. Oh no, it says closed. Okay, it says closed now. And then I'm sure that I can start it again. Ah! I found it. Found it. I know how to open and close it now. You guys are great. I will accept the glory of the win, and that is it. Okay, man, that sounds like a plan and a half. I appreciate you, fam. I'm so glad that I was able to do that, so now I feel really good. What I wanted to do was start getting into a game I played called Guess the Artist. And, just letting you know, and yeah, it started. Oh, did it start again? Nope, it should no longer be active as of now. Hi, you're welcome. Yes, thank you, I appreciate you. Yep. So that was fun. No worries at all, y'all. No need to retract. But, yes, that was just a test. That was only a test, and now I'm kind of really excited about it, because Guess the Artist is definitely on the horizon, and I think Saturday is a great day to do that. I'm glad you're streaming while I'm not busy for once. Yeah, it's definitely been a great stream. Over 3 hours now. We're at 3:20, and I really have to go and get to the store. But just for old time's sake, let's crack it, huh? Shall we? Or you're good with the Rubik's Cube. I'm real good with the Rubik's. Well, I wouldn't say real good. I would say better than most with the Rubik's Cube. But let's see exactly how much. Take this one, pop it here, and go bap. Take this one, pop it here, and go bap. Where's the bottom? That's red and green right there. Pop that in there, and that's our first layer done. Now we're going to take this guy up here. And spin him this way. I can only get one face usually. DPM's latest short is Unova set Japanese. Excellent. That's not how you go at it. It's kind of like Sudoku. So yeah, I would say Arona Arts, pretty well what you'd want to do, because I used to do that too. You can get one face. Typically I just start from the bottom up, because I like to layer them. And now it's really, I can only do them one way. And that's going to be this way. And I can tell you that 2 weeks ago, I had no idea what I was doing with this thing. And I just did research, studied, started memorizing all kinds of algorithms and stuff. And when I first solved this thing without any help, not just from like no video help or my notes that I had written down, it was very, very satisfying, to say the very least. And now the fun part. I can't believe I've got that one. So I always think the yellow layer is always the funnest layer for me to solve, I think. I would say. That gives you your cross here. No. Oh, great. They're across from each other. our corner solved here. So I've just counted a total number of cards Platinum Arceus clear versus House. I'm looking at 204 cards, including promos. That one's right. This one's wrong. This one's wrong. This one's right. Right. And this one's wrong. Right, 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 right. I'm already gonna need a new cube. This cube is getting so sticky already. That should be that. I'm not even good at Sudoku. Sudoku is so hard for me too, Arona Arts, because I literally have to write in the numbers that it could be, or I'll forget what numbers it could be. And when they get harder, it's like, man, it's like, well, this could be 1, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Each block isn't able to locate at any point, have so many possible positions based on being corner side, absolute center, so it's like chess and Sudoku had a 3D baby. It was a 8-bit. Wow, yeah, you like that, Emmanuel? So that's something that I am going to try and do. I'm going to try and get process of cross-elimination with Sudoku. Yep. Corruption, all blue, Broly, red or blue or live. Thank you, Ryan. That was going to be my next question as well. Red and blue are always fun to raid. Going to have breakfast. Take care. Have a great night, Emmanuel. We are just about to wrap it up as well. Ryan gave us some great suggestions for some raid targets, and I think red or blue is a target that we haven't raided in quite some time. And honestly, I would keep going, y'all, if I didn't have to go to the store. But this is just our art mail appreciation stream. We are going to be back here on Saturday. We're going to be ripping a box of Heatwave Korean. Looking through some of the illustration contest arts, which are in that box too, which is kind of neat. We are going to be now doing giveaways and playing games of Guess the Artist, and I'll try and have some prizes that are a little worth it. So those 8 additional cards in the 10 promo non-holo cards from the deck of the set and pre-release. I got you. Speaking of Sudoku, I feel like crashing in my bed and doing some Sudoku and Pokemon Go stuff and getting some sleep eventually. That sounds like a good plan, Void. I think I'm gonna take this walk, be thankful that the sun is no longer up, come back, and probably do something very similar. One day you'll stream the whole week just once. The whole week just once. So Monday through Sunday, just stream the whole time. Pop in when you want to. One day I'm always like, this is a short stream, only 4 hours, because to me that is kind of like, oh, we're getting raided. Who's raiding us? I'm getting a raid. I was cleaning up a bit. What's up? Hey, John Parker. How's it going? Oh, we got a raid. I was cleaning up a bit and found a Dollar Tree Sudoku book randomly. Not many done. Excellent. Excellent. Popping some Sudoku. How are you doing, John Parker? It's good to see you. And what's up, Raiders? Who's coming? Doing good. Just about to go to bed. Excellent. It's the little things in life, you know? It absolutely is. Whether it be colors, puzzles, numbers, Sudoku. It's always going forward, John Parker. How's it going with you? How is it going with you? It's good to see you, fam. I appreciate you popping in. It is always going forward. We just went through this massive stack of mail that I got from Bro Rips. Very, very generous community member. Old and Gray. Shout out Old and Gray. How did we miss you? Is this a stack we didn't go through? Yep. This is art we didn't go through. Wow, I'm ashamed. Appreciate you, Laurie. Yep, I absolutely understand that. The little things in life often are the greatest impact. Alright, so we got a sleeve Electrode. by Nagimisu as well. Shibarenguru, Nidoking. Hit me up on Discord sometime when you're on and you see me present. Basically, if I'm awake and online. I can do that, man. I can do that, absolutely. Gonna have a lot of time coming up this week. Normally, if I'm waking up, it's going right into work, as always. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of time, so I'll absolutely reach out if I see you. Ooh, maybe some hummus before Sudoku. That's what's up. Hummus is great. Oh, you could eat hummus right out of the jar. There's the toads, or the Tentacruel. This is Miki Tanaka. Ah, Miki Kudo. Thinking out loud with my fingers, so yeah, I know I'm tired. I do it all the time, man. Do it all the time. Yu Yu Oka. We did see that pincer in a Pokeball. Bedtime for sure. Sub yeah, it is bedtime for sure. I know it's probably coming up on 1 o'clock in the Eastern time. I'm a vegan and a stoner. I regularly eat hummus straight from the jar. That was the actual plan. Still got another 3 hours of work. Man, I'm sorry. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes quick. I hope it goes quick, and I do apologize. I know that we were getting rated here, Mr. John Parker. We were actually just wrapping up on this stream here, just solely because I have to go run to the store real quick, and I want to do that before it gets too late. But yeah, absolutely appreciate it. I think that's grand total of 3 raids that we got in just this little stream here. And I am very, very, very grateful for all the raids, all the new subs that came through. Looking forward to getting to know all of you. Pain is real. Thankfully, the last few hours go really quick. That is very thankful. I'm happy for that for you. And of course, once again, shout out Stormy for the incredible artwork and custom card for the Shredder game. This is forever going to be a background piece here. I do have a couple other custom cards that did come through, and I did want to share with y'all that they've inspired me to maybe create my own custom cards. And I can't really draw Pokemon for anything, but I started doing some of this. So I think I'm going to start making my own energies. You know, custom energies. This one was literally a doodle, and I'm like, you know what? I really like that. So I'm just going to sleeve it. So yeah, this is what I started doing. Figured if it had an energy, it needed my goatee, so. Come and join the Shredder gang and the community indeed. And once again, y'all, if you do go, comment on my most recent short. I wouldn't say most recent. What is it? Episode 111 of Artist Appreciation, outlining Masakazu Fukuda. And if you comment on that, I am running this on a comment picker on Saturday. So come and join us on Saturday when we do select the 600 subscriber giveaway winner, who will walk away with the Celebrations ETV promo. And really looking forward to that stream. We do have that box of Korean Heatwave. Ooh, that's a good idea. I do fractal art. I should do that with some energies. I'm going to... Yes, do that. And I love fractal art. My dad used to do fractal art too. Ooh, Pretty Greninja. Indubitably. Thank you, Lori. Lori just posted that link. That is the short. So if you do leave a comment on that short, you too could win this card of tomorrow, today. And then Masakazu Fukuda is actually responsible for not just some of the gold stars. He did all of the gold stars. And somebody made a very interesting point that gold stars were our first introduction of Pokemon leaving the borders of the cards and eventually turned into what our EX cards are today. Oh, I bought way too many Celebrations ETPs. I'll refrain. Fair enough. I think my one wish would be more Talonflame cards. Talonflame's a pretty sick one. At some point I need to find a gold star Mudkip. if you do find one, Mudkip's not as expensive as Torchic, but I've seen some, the Torchic Gold Star and the PSA 10 goes for some $20,000. Or if you can get it in a Beckett Black Label. But the Mudkip was actually featured in that short, I think, so absolutely. We're going to put this guy over here. We're going to put these here. What I need to do is package up the 151 one more time, because we are not getting into the sorting tonight. Maybe that is something that we can do on Saturday also. But all the Mudkip, says Genghis Tam, and I encourage it. And I wish you the best of luck. How many Mudkip cards are there? Voice is so soothing. I appreciate that, and I actually have, realistically, thought of tagging my streams with ASMR as well, just because I know that me talking, some people just come to hear me talk, which is still odd for me, but like I get it, and yeah, I'm all for it. So some things I have planned. Okay, those are no longer going to fit into one little bag, and that's okay. Keep these out. Some plans that I have is I have been playing around recently, and today I did figure out a way that I can remote play my Xbox from my phone and stream my phone screen directly to Streamlabs. And so what that can allow me to do is I can actually play some games with you guys, and you can watch me play Xbox games, but more importantly, if I can do that with Xbox, I'm going to be able to do it with the Switch. So I'll be able to do Pokemon playthroughs with you guys is what I'm going to try and get started at some point during next week also. But I will still be there. You can still see my face and all that, and I'll still be talking. And then Monday, come and join us on Mondays. Monday night, it's a little bit different stream. We do not pretty much touch anything Pokemon related. But what we will do is we will be reading, and we read just old books in the public domain. We started with Allison's Adventures in Wonderland, and we just finished that on Monday. And we are going to start Through the Looking Glass this next Monday. So please come and join us for the first 6 chapters of Through the Looking Glass. If that's what you're into. Well, yo, Genghis. Should I drop the link now? Yes, I think that you can go ahead and drop the link now, Ryan. I really appreciate you. Y'all, I think we're going to go ahead and raid Red and Blue. Red or Blue, if he is still alive. Rob is a great guy, always a big supporter of the Ghost Gang and the community. Let's go ahead and raid Red or Blue. Let's go over there. Ghost Raid, Haunted. Let's go show them some love and show them what we're about. But I super appreciate y'all being here. Bro, congrats on winning my first ever faux giveaway. Thanks for helping me test that out, y'all. Really looking forward to having some fun with y'all. I have a facsimile of original hand-drawn Alice Underground. No way. No way. That's incredible. Have a great night, Kev. See you next day. Hey, Genghis, have an amazing night, fam. I appreciate you all being here and hanging out for a little bit. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Have a pleasant tomorrow, y'all. And remember what I always say. Don't let anything stop you from what it is that you want to achieve in life. But it takes $0 to be a great person. Always do that through peace, love, and Pokemon. And thank you for believing in ghosts, y'all. You have a great rest of your night. Ex-fiance many years ago, but I for sure kept that's one to hold on to, for sure. For sure. But I will catch you all next time. And yeah, I'll hang out at Rob's there for a little bit, but I'll see you on over there.